Hello, Shabby Geekers. Welcome to the season finale, Connor. Season finale.
Wow.
That's it. It's over after tonight. So I'd save the best till last.
We need to get a petition going. We need this back.
I've enjoyed. You know what? I really enjoyed top 5 this year because it's the same as when we first started Tub Thump. Things evolve, don't they, and turn into something else. And I think what I've appreciated more this year is people have taken on board what a top 5 is. It's not necessarily a top 5 toys or a top 5. It's top 5 whatever. And the stories that have gone behind it this season have been awesome. So I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone coming on and sharing the stories and sharing the stuff. And this one's no exception tonight. You two have picked some corking top 5.
Yeah, I'm so surprised you let me show my top 5 mankinis, and I've enjoyed throwing them on, taking pictures, and
I have to change my top 5 now. I was going to do the same thing. But no. I want to thank you as well, Connor, because of all the memes you see at the start of everybody on it, Connor made them all. Connor made every one of them, so I really appreciate you doing that.
The robot made them, Connor. Just
yeah, but it was nice of you, buddy. It was nice for you to share that with us. Yeah, they are. You know what I mean? It's just something different, so I really appreciate that, Connor. But anyway, tonight I've got the lovely Scott and I've got the lovely Fuller's figures. Let's see who's here to see you. G-Force has come in. Hey, Shabby, Connor, and Scott. Hiya, pal. Hiya, Martin. I watched his latest video, that bunker. That bunker's a nice store, isn't it, Scott?
It's great, yeah.
He's done a great job in it as well. Putting the middle
February. It's brilliant, but it looks like they've remodeled it. They've got more. They've made more space for more toys, and so looking forward to getting up there again at some point.
That's right. You've been.
Did you see Mark looking at the hot toys? Did you? You know?
Yeah, he's very tempted, isn't he?
He's turning to the dark side.
It's that Ahsoka that you gave him, Shabby.
You know what? They're such nice people, and it's like I said with that hot toy, I won it off Stu's because no one else bid for it. Right? But so what I wanted to do, to tell you the truth, was just start the bidding off. Do you know what I mean? But I think it was like 2:00 in the morning my time, so I didn't know whether anyone was up or whatever, and I'd won it. And I'm not a hot toy collector at all, and I know how impulse I have, and I knew if I bought one and got one and opened it, here I go again, and I'd end up having to live at one of your houses. My wife, that would be it for my wife. She'd be like, out and whatever. So I just thought, you know what, I wanted to, and then when I saw Martin doing his room up and how nice his new shed kind of looks and all that sort of stuff, I just thought, you know what, the best person to give that to is probably Martin and Steph. And I'm glad I did, to tell you the truth, because they got me a beautiful, the Monster High Skeletor, which I was going to buy at Joe Fest.
Oh,
yeah. I picked it up at Joe Fest. And they were with me at the time. And one night, I don't know. And he was going, don't buy it, Shabby. Don't buy it. And I thought, don't buy it, because I know Steph collects them. I thought, don't buy it because it's crap. So it kind of dawned on me. But no, I just wanted to do something nice for him and give him that. And I watched his video on it, and he appreciated but he's like what you said, Scott. He goes to a bunker and he starts looking at all that. Hence why I didn't keep it. Do you know what I mean? So
you're an enabler.
Hiya, Kieran. Nice to see you. Hiya, Ardez. Nice to see you. Jonathan's it. We're a packed house already. Unbelievable how many people have come to see you two. Hiya, Johnny boy. Good to see you. Good old Mr. Maguire here. DTM says, evening, everyone. Looking forward to this top 5 with 3 top fellas. Thanks, you, DTM. That's awesome of you, man. Our Keith's here. It's good to see Keith up and running in it. Up and running. Back in business. There he is. Charles with Jason. Hey, Jason. Nice to see you. They won last week. They did it. It was funny as well because he showed those dolls off, those Robotech dolls or whatever. Get a message off my mum 2 days ago. She got me one. Oh, I mean, Lord, I've got you. No, wait. You know what I mean?
Oh, Robotech was so cool.
Yeah, it's a shame though someone didn't show a Land Rover, because then my mum would have got me one of them. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that. That's really awesome. Hi, Rob. Nice to see you. Wow, place is absolutely. I'll get down to the bottom and then we'll carry on here. Looking forward to this. Saying, well, thanks, Jason. You did a good job on it last week as well. Let's have a look. So he says, I hope everyone's staying out of the sun and the heat, away from annoying children on the holidays. Have you had a good holiday? Have you had a nice summer, shall we say?
No, I moved house. I'm knackered.
So you're knackered. What about you, Scott? Did you have a nice summer?
It's been too hot. I find it's just been too hot. So every time I've not been working and being able to get out, you're struggling a bit really with it. So
you don't make me laugh my head off, right? Because if it's pouring down, you'd be on here going, "Oh, it's raining."
Absolutely, yeah.
It's hot. Oh, it's too hot, Shabby. Do you know? Yeah. Hi, Palps. To quote Gary Oldman, everyone. Good old James is here. Look at
Hey,
this.
James.
So who's on tonight? Scott Conor, Jason. Well, it's nice, isn't it, Connor?
Every time I see the Lewis, I think of you, James.
Oh, brilliant. Get some of the Cliff Richard blood into you, Keith. That lad did it.
Oh no.
APD, he had a nice holiday last week. Jax and the lovely Carla went away. He had a blooming brilliant.
What was it?
Celine Fuller.
A gay creamery or something.
Yeah. Although the word creamery with APD, you've got to be careful with that. Got to be careful with that, Scott. Celine, hiya, Celine. Nice to see you. I like the logo in pink, Mrs. Fuller's figures. That's pretty cool, Connor. That's awesome. Well, it's nice to see the boss here. Wow, everybody's turned up. Let's have a look. Lady Steph, there she is. Hello, Lady Steph. Nice to see you. Did you both enjoy your time in London with Steph and Georgie and Stu?
Oh, we had a fabulous day.
You did,
yeah. Nothing about that.
You know nothing about it, no.
Whatever happened, no one turned up where me and Scott were. So me and Scott ended up going off ourselves and have a wonderful day. They never text us the destination.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to, you know what though? We were talking about behind the scenes. I've got to give Stu credit, man. He took a load of flack on Friday. He really did. All these, because like I said, he wasn't just getting off us lads. Everyone in the chat was giving him the same thing. But it's like the funniest thing is, like I said, it was when Coxie went to that thing. And he said, no one's here. Oliver, I could laugh my bollocks off. Charles with Jason says, never been to the bunker yet. Need to check it out to see how near it is to certain cities. It's not in a city, is it, Scott? I know it's Barnsley, but is it in the...
I'm trying to remember the nearest town to it. Oh, God. Somewhere just off the M1. I can't remember. But you're not far. You'd have to get a bus. DCM and Helen, they came on the bus, I think, or the train.
Yeah.
So you can get to it that way.
Yeah, I know it won't be far for DCM and Helen. It's Yorkshire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Barnsley. So, yeah, they'll be about corner.
Barnsley, that's it. Barnsley was the nearest city.
Yeah. How did those Southerners do up there, though? Did you have to change their accents, or?
Well, I mean, I think they were. I think it was a bit. They were, they needed a bit of oxygen. It was getting.
Did Martin going good? Hiya, pal. Hiya, pal. How are you? Don't think anyone in this community has managed just to get one hot toy and not drink that. That's what I mean. I mean, we all saw what happened to Matt, and I know we talk about it thousands of times, but I'll never forget how stern he was to me and says, no, not getting him, not doing it. I'll get one. That's it. And then 18 months behind him.
He's 100% getting another one. No doubt in my mind.
I haven't got one yet.
Yes, Gaze Creamery is in Dawlish.
Oh, I know Dawlish, yeah.
Awesome food and ice cream. Hey, Clary, nice to see you, pal. Wow, nearly 40 here already. That's unbelievable. We're going 5 minutes. Royston near Barnsley. That's where it is, Connor.
Royston.
When are you back over to Blighty, Connor? When are you going back over there?
I was actually playing with the idea of flying over for September NEC, just fly in that morning. So playing around with the idea that outside that, not 100% sure yet.
Yeah.
We've a few things on in the new year. We're hoping to go away a couple of times. So, but I need to get back over soon. Stu said the next time he's a day out, he'll invite me and drive me up to the bunker. So I'm looking forward to that.
Don't encourage Martin to do his northern accent. He'll bang up, I can imagine. How big he must have, Scott Whitehouse. Look at him. Kieran says, Shabby, apparently you need to know a secret password and a handshake to be accepted into the chosen ones. Is that what we're calling him? The chosen ones. Oh, I've got to admit, he's like I said, he's got thick skin, our Stu. He's a good sport, man. He really is. There's a great burger place nearby. Oh, wait. Oh, is that a pound burger? Is it one of those? Well, Connor, you may not go with us at London, but he thought about it. Is that right? Well, Connor may not been with us at London, but he was thought about. There you are, Connor.
Thank you, Jason. That makes me feel better after Stu not inviting me.
Steph, we are so wrong bunch of people not to encourage people. You sent me this. What's this? This is super cool.
I seen this today. I thought this was fantastic. So they're after discovering a 1,500-year-old action figure. And what really astonished me was it has an accessory. So I love accessories.
Where did you find that then? Curious Museum, 1500 ceramic Maya accent.
Yeah, I think Maya. Yeah, I think it's Maya somewhere South America. They discovered it. So it just goes to show that thousands of years ago, grown men still wanted to play with their toy soldiers. So I was kind of reassured that we're doing nothing wrong. I just thought it was a fabulous looking ornament, and little small scale soldier looks awesome. And what blew me away was, even though it's 1,500 years old, it still has more accessories than you get with a Black Series.
They found it there, but you could never find it in Walmart. You know what I mean? It was just look at it, fake. He's got Hasbro stamped on the foot. Last week we talked about this, right? So we talked about, if you had an empty room, what would you fill it in and so forth. So I don't know whether you watched last week's or not, but this is like what we said was, it's the start of it. So in other words, would you put your old stuff or the stuff you've got in there, or would you completely start again? So we covered that last week. This week with you two, right? Ooh. So we talked about money. When Jason and were on, we talked about an empty space, but you two have got this, right? So you two have got an empty store right there for rent. Scott and Connor's, right? So obviously I thought of the name Scott and Connor's, you know what I mean? It's up there and so forth. But what are you filling this in? So are you filling it with vintage? Are you filling it with modern? Or are you filling it with both? In this climate, in this day and age climate.
In this climate. Well, unfortunately, it's as hard for retailers to get their hands on Hasbro stuff as it is for us. So probably it would have to go there. Like, I mean, I'll give you a prime example. And actually, you and Rob's Retro have an awful lot to bloody answer for, because I was watching the top 5 with him. Yeah. And he showed off this devilfish that he picked up in Joe Fest, right? Now, I was never a big vehicle guy. I was more into the figures. And I just thought it was just, because it was small, nifty, it was full of missiles. You can see it's got the 4 on top, the guns, a couple of torpedoes on the bottom. I just thought it was, and the way Rob was showing that he had the box, he had the 2 figures on the box sitting on it, and I just thought, wow. And it was so easy for me to go out and track down a complete version in mint condition and pick it up. And so I think vintage is the way to go. I think if I was to do it, would be vintage, because it just like I said, a 40-year-old toy in mint condition for a really reasonable price. And actually, I'll give you. I was able to pick up two vehicles, right? I know this one needs a few parts; they're on the way, but the price of these two was the same price as the G.I. Joe classified Tomb Raider Lara Croft. So there you go.
You see, unbelievable, isn't it? Because I've been doing it this year. This is how I've got onto empty rooms and empty stores and all that. I've been focusing more on vintage this year, and it was watching Reynolds. It was watching these masks things. And I went out and bought the Thunderhawk, and it was like $100 and something dollars. And I thought, so I went back and I've been buying real Ghostbusters. I bought 2 this morning now. They arrived this morning, sorry. And the Mo 2 and the mask. And like I said, I've been banging into the vintage. What about you, Scott? Would you fill this with vintage, or would you fill it with something else?
I think I'd probably fill it with vintage as well. I mean, you mentioned the mask, and a lot of the stuff, the vintage mask is better quality, isn't it? Really, than I mean, I got the Condor and the Switchblade, and then I watched Luke's reviews, and wasn't that happy with them really in the end.
I still haven't even opened that Thunderhawk I haven't even opened it,
So yeah, I think people probably, especially with the prices, people talk about the Rhino, weren't they? That you could get, you could get a vintage one for about the same price they were charging. Ridiculous.
About the same price. You're right, buddy. That's what I'm looking for when I go to Ohio. So.
And again, there was all sorts of negativity around it. There were all sorts of problems with it, I think. So. Yeah,
it's just funny because it's like I said, for years, Scott and Conor, it put me off vintage simply because of the price. I thought, I can't pay that, I can't pay this. And then as it's been going along, it's like what Conor just said, when you're looking at 50 and then $60 for exclusives and $70 for this. And now Black Series is up to $35 next year. And you're like, might as well go back to the vintage stuff. So that's what we're covering.
Yeah, just had that TVC Armani figure, and it's like £30 here.
Well, how much is that deluxe one, the Anakin and Asajj? That's about.
I don't know yet. I think we get to. I think it's tomorrow.
Because I think that's going to be about $65. That it's not going to be cheap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's insane.
Jonathan said fans. I'd sell fans, make a fortune this summer.
Yeah, air conditioning.
They're doing well over here in fans.
Incredibly imaginative store name, Shabby. Don't let anyone well, I thank you. I appreciate that. Scott and Connors. That's just such a great name.
Why not? Why not?
Why is it called Scott and Connors and not Connors and Scots? Because it looks better, look, with the hand. It looks, you know.
Well, given the exterior paint scheme, I think I'd overrule Scott and I'd call it Connor's White House.
Connor's White House, nice.
Can you guys see the picture? I can't see a picture. Is there a picture?
There's a picture.
Oh, probably because if you're on the phone, sometimes you don't get the full screen.
That's what it is. But yeah, it's all it is an empty store, and it says Scott and Connors in the corner. That's it. Vintage and modern, just like the bunker. It's a shame there's not nearby me, so I can visit Scott and Connor's shop near me, please. Well, it's full of vintage. You can find it all right there. I've never said Connor was dumb. Slow, maybe, but never dumb. He's catching on the Lord's Geek Strong will fill it with popcorn buckets. Them popcorn buckets are pricey, man. They're I watch every video he does. And some of the prices, it's like that Fast and Furious, the card thing just comes up, and it's like nearly $50 for that. And I suppose with shipping and all that, and tax, you're going to pay that much money, aren't you? So, bloody hell. Too late for you, said PIP, no backsies. $49.99 for Anakin and Asajj. It's $49.99.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
I'd fill it with Mythic Legions and Star Wars Hot Toys and just let Martin
Kieran's got a retirement plan.
Oh, that's brilliant. Ice Stew, evening top 5 is big hello to the chat. Hiya, pal. Hasbro Pulse Martin, as free pulses starts at £50 for TVC. Wow, man, that's expensive. I'd fill it with used mattresses for the homeless.
Sorry,
Who used them?
Steph's happy with what we're doing right there. What I need is a store near me that sells vintage arcade machines. I'd be their best customer. Are you two shoppers of vintage toy shops around you?
They don't exist over here. They're non-existent. There's not one in the whole country.
Wow.
Places when it comes to desert, when it comes to vintage toys, Ireland is like a desert, which is crazy because we had absolutely everything in the 80s.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm lucky. We've got a few round us, and then Chiefles lives on the other side of me, and he's got quite a few there. So we're lucky over here in a way. And the flea markets are really good too. You know, they've always got stuff in there. And I think the last time I was in that flea market, I found the Superpowers '84 collector case, and it was immaculate. And it's like, and North Carolina's not really big for vintage toys, if you will. So the prices aren't ridiculous, you know. You're not paying that.
Yeah.
What about you, Scott? Is there anywhere near you?
There's not really. We're a bit rural out here, I suppose. Birmingham's probably the nearest. There used to be a shop called Nostalgia and Comics. I used to go into Birmingham just solely to go there, really, and they had a lot of vintage. But someone told me that that's closed down now, or it's changed. You know, someone changed owners or something, so it's not as good as it was. But no, I don't know where. It would be the Bunker, which is 2.5 hours for me. Don't know of anywhere else. So no, a lot of it's trawling eBay and such, and you know, waiting for Echo, waiting for NEC for me.
Going that way. If it was 2.5 hours, that's not bad. That's me just going to.
It's not bad. No, not really. I suppose by your standards.
How long does it take Martin to get up to the Bunker though? Because I was thinking about that when I watched this video. That must be a 3-4 hour trip.
Well, he joked when we were there, just when we were leaving theirs to come back. He says, "Oh, it's 2.5 hours to the Bunker, so it's about the same. I guess they can probably get on the M1 quite quickly and sort of shoot north. Whereas for me, it's quite awkward sort of getting through Staffordshire and Derbyshire before you get onto the motorway to get there. It's quite you do a good hour of that, just like trawling through A roads and things. So you can't get going really."
Connor, that's a great business opportunity for you to open a vintage toy shop. Connor's White House. I like the name. That's awesome. If there's no vintage toy shops, Connor, what's Facebook Marketplace like, or Vinted? You have Vintage over there, right? So we don't have it Vintage. You do.
Vintage again. We've eBay. We can't really use because the shipping costs on eBay have just gone astronomical. So I was looking at something today. And from the UK, he was looking for $21.99 to ship it over to Dublin. So you just scratch it. We've our own. So Facebook Marketplace, there's never anything on it. I do search at the odd time. We've our own thing over here, adverts.ie. So it's kind of like an eBay kind of a thing. Really popular with people buying and selling stuff. Just hardly any vintage toys on it. So vintage would currently be the best one because being in the EU, we're open to Spanish, Italian, and French markets, and that's where I got that devilfish from France.
Got you. Our marketplace is awesome, I'll be honest. Facebook Marketplace for vintage toys is brilliant over here. And I've done it a few times where you're getting some good bargains. And usually as well, it's people that have just emptied a house and they don't know much about the toys, you know what I mean? So they just stick it up and you're like, wow. So you do find some bargains, definitely. Jonathan says, what Connor said, we got everything over here from UK, US and Japan and not one vintage shop to be found. It's sad that really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's because there's nothing, I know. The guy that runs mine, he used to be on Geek Dad Live. Johnny used to do the live streams with him.
Oh, okay,
and he opened it about 2 years ago, and I go in there every week. I've just went in. That's why I found some other stuff this weekend. I found the superpowers, you know, that I went in that weekend for. So his store's really nice. 2 hours 45 minutes. Wow. That's not bad at all. And the other guy that runs the toy shop here, he used to be the estimate, the value on Porn Stars, the TV show. He used to be on that, and he opened a shop down here too. So yeah,
so you've a couple of options. It's probably a good thing we don't have them over here, being every week.
yeah, that's true. Longer to get back because the boot is full of hot toys. Nostalgia and Comics when it was independent was legendary. Did you ever go to that one, boys? Nostalgia.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one in Birmingham that I.
That's the one in Birmingham.
Yeah. I went there many times. Still got quite a few pieces that I picked up there. So yeah, it was a brilliant shop.
GeForce just got a delivery. Oh, exciting. Right. Is there something you want off eBay, Connor? Just let me know. I'll buy it and send you some photos. And buy it and send you photos.
A Ferrari. Go and buy a Ferrari.
My local Forbidden Planet is quite good, even though they stock G.I. Joe classified. I stopped doing I just do the retros, and then I watch his shorts because he opens all this, so it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So I got my account and watch his stuff. Hi, Dalglish. Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah. That porn stars. Right, let me ask you both a question. How did you come up, without giving anything away, with your top fives? So I'll start with you, Scott.
I was slightly inspired by some of the people's choices where they moved away from the traditional here's a box of stuff out of the roof, or here's my top favorite toys. So I wanted to do something that was a bit different, but hopefully would maybe strike a chord with people, that it might, there might be a little bit of nostalgia there for people, but it's just another facet of some things I'm interested in that hopefully people will.
I was really interested. Some of them as well are really cool. They're like, no way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you, Connor?
Well, I've noticed a theme that's developed over this series of top five, and that's everybody's doing a team. So I said, I came up with the idea that I do a team for tonight based on, like as Scott said, what other people were doing. But in a way, it's been good because even though you've had people on a second time and they showed, as Scott said, they got up and rooted out, their top five or stuff that they love in their collection. This is making people stop and think and say, hang on, I want to show this off. I really love this. So it's kind of encouraged a whole new sort of way of looking at a top five, which has been a lot of fun. And probably the last time I did it was a bit stressful, trying to kind of think what can I show that will be impressive or people might want to see. But this time it was like, no, I've got my little team going. I'm just going to show what I want to show. So that's how I came around with it.
I just enjoy it like that because it's like, I've said this many times, so I won't go on about it, but there's no such thing as your top five. Nobody has a top five in the collection. So I thought any top five, because then, like I said, the nicest thing is we've grown so close, all of us, on each other's streams and doing it all the time. It's an opportunity to come back on again and show something else, another top five that you collect, or another top five that you do, another top five that you have. And so I just thought to myself after the last season, I thought nobody has a top five. I could have you two on, like I say, and the next week you'd come on and you'd have a completely different top five.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
100%.
Shabby, is it Johnny from Toy Shack or the guys from Rogue Toys? Yeah, it sure is. I met them both when I went to Vegas. Yeah, they're lovely blokes, really nice fellas. It's kind of top five people I've pushed off public transport. James only made the honourable mention. Absolutely brilliant. Well, there you have it. Let's get to your honourable mention. So, Scott, I don't know whether you're going to see these or not, but I'm just going to put this one up now, and it is this. Can you see this?
Oh, it has. It's come up. Yeah, I can see
Hey,
it.
there you go. Right. So this is your honourable mention, but if you want to explain to everybody what this is.
It is. So my top 5, I'm going to look at top 5 places that I've been and visited, but they're also places that have got a connection to film or television.
Awesome,
well,
man.
I'd quite like to do that on my holiday. You know, we go on holiday. If there's somewhere that's been in a film or TV show that I really like, we try and go there, and you know, I get my photo or reenact a scene or something stupid, usually like that. So this honourable mention is Hadrian's Wall and the Sycamore Gap tree, which, as most of you I'm sure will know, featured in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So that is actually me under the tree. Obviously, a lot of you will know that the tree was very sadly cut down.
That happened recently, didn't it, Scott?
2023, yeah. Some stupid idiots cut it down and destroyed it. It's going to take about 150 years to grow back. It's just a stump with some saplings growing out of it now. I mean, it's one of the most sort of iconic locations on Hadrian's Wall. Photographed on calendars and postcards and in books all around the world.
That's so cool, Scott. That's such a cool photo.
I've been up there a few times. First went up to Hadrian. Always, I love my Roman history. Been up there, walking Hadrian's Wall since 2006, on and off. So it's a really iconic spot. It's in a beautiful part of the wall. There's a lot of the wall remaining. You can see it either side and behind it. There's quite a lot of depth of wall and height of the Roman wall there.
I think it's super. Whereabouts is this, Scott? Where is it?
This is where's it near? It's kind of near Hexham, Holtwhistle. It's kind of in between there. It's right in the centre of Hadrian's Wall. So, you've got these two massive sort of hills on each side. This has been carved out during the Ice Age, so that's why the gap is there. And the Romans just built the wall over the top and down and up again. So and then
amazing.
That tree's been growing there a couple of 100 years. And it's a fantastic spot. You come along the wall, you approach it from above and you look down on it, which is like the shot you get of Kevin Costner climbing up the wall you see in the film. So it was always a place that I wanted to get to and see. So I've been and seen it 2 or 3 times, and that's a shot from the film. So I'm not sure if that's Morgan Freeman going up the wall and Kevin Costner down at the bottom of the wall. So.
I think what do you think, Conor? I think his top 5 is awesome, man.
Amazing. It's again so sad that it's not there, that it was vandalized and it's gone now. And there's not one person that didn't see that film when it came out. It was huge, and I think it had an impression on us all. Like, we all grew up loving Robin Hood, so I'm kind of envious that you got to go there while the tree was there. Now that it's not there, that a lot of us will never have that opportunity. But wonderful location and great for an honourable mention. But the photograph, to have that photograph is just it's brilliant, Scott. It's
I'm dead interested, especially for me being an expat. It's nice to see this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, England as it is and so forth. I think it's awesome. Gigson's got a question for you. Are any of your top 5s a place where Stu's invited you to go?
Sadly, no.
Sadly, no. Rob says they filmed bits of Robin Hood popped down the road at Wardour Castle from me. When did Robin Hood come out? It was early 90s, wasn't it? The Robin Hood?
91 it came out. So, I suppose they were filming it in 1990, something like that.
So this is the actual Hadrian's Wall then, right here.
That's right. Yeah, you can see the wall, and the tree's just to the right of the wall, and there's like that little round construction that's in the film as well. They've built like a little roof on it, and they rescue a lad being chased by Guy of Gisborne and his men, and that's the first encounter Robin has with the sheriff's men. So it's a great spot. That's Steph and I went there, and this massive fog bank kind of chased us along the wall, which was amazing. Really atmospheric.
I've always said this to you before. I'm always excited to see your Instagram, because do you know what I mean? Where you go and what you do. What did we say in you like Indiana Jones, didn't we? On the side, you never. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember every time one of us says I can't find this toy, said Scott Whitehouse, he'll definitely find it.
And look, we're leaning on that one even before we've met Des. So.
So it's a long wall, and I didn't realise it was.
Oh, yeah, it's like 79 miles, I think, the whole wall. Yeah,
Wow,
coast to coast, and but it is the most scenic part. There's kind of like 20 miles in the middle where a lot of the wall is still standing, and there's little forts and things. It's really, really interesting.
Palp says, Scott, was Adrian's Wall to keep Scots out or Brits out? Well, it won't be Brits, but same thing, isn't it, Palps?
I think what they think now, it was to manage trade, so it was a money making. So you'd pay to come through.
Well, you say that about the leaning, but he says my lawyers are onto it, George. Yeah, apparently you're right, DTM. There's some lads that cut it down, weren't there? Why would you cut down that tree? That doesn't make any sense at all.
No,
it seems
pure vandalism.
Just for like laughs, for kicks, really. And I mean, they're just absolute scum in my eyes. It's terrible. So yeah, there's Kevin Costner.
These are brilliant.
Not there when I went.
That's awesome. What a great picture.
Cool.
It's an amazing place.
It really is.
It's an amazing place because you're talking about, archaeology that's like still, walls that are still standing like nearly 2,000 years after they were put up, and there's so much of it. It's such an astonishing place. It's
it's just. Does it get? Is it a tourism place, Scott? Is it because like I said on some of your pictures, I've seen one or two people. It's not packed.
Yeah, parts of it are definitely there was because of the tree. Everyone used to go to photograph the tree. People would scatter ashes there. People would get, would have marriage ceremonies and things there. They go there with did their wedding photos and stuff. So yeah, there are parts of the wall, that are, but you can walk all day and not see people as well. Depends
Absolutely beautiful place.
It's a fantastic place.
Yeah, and I'm glad you sent these pictures because usually you'll see Adrian's Wall on the thing. I've never been, and so you'll just see. But these pictures show you how long it is, how vast it is, how big the place is. Is that from Robin Hood? Jerry, it is. That's Adrian's Wall, guys. Yeah. Nice to see you, buddy. Just before we go on, G4's got a Charon and Calobos without tail from Clash of the Titans. Butch Cavendish and General Custer, Lone Rangers just arrived. Oh, yeah, that's what he got right there.
Baller spend there, huh?
That lad must have been an Olympian to run from Nottingham to Hadrian's Wall whilst being chased by a guy in Gisborne. And he's
that famous scene. The scene starts off and he's at the White Cliffs of Dover. Then he's walking on Hadrian's Wall, and then he's in Sherwood Forest. All in one day.
Wow, Cox is here. Nice to see you, Coxie. Right, let's keep going.
I think I'm in the same spot. I think more or less in the same spot, but they're stood.
Look.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow.
There's Morgan Freeman climbing up.
So it's a steep. It goes up steep.
That bit. Yeah. I mean, they just followed the contours, gave them the best defensive positions, I suppose, in places, and they just built the wall, and it just snakes over. There's our previous dog. That's our dog Jack.
So this wasn't a well. This was like a little fort with a roof on it, Scott.
I don't know whether it was once a well. I don't think so. I don't know what it was for really. Maybe it was like a little sheep pen or something. It's a bit too small for that. But yeah, it's got like a little wooden roof on it in the film. So I think they've like repurposed it for the, dressed it for the film. But yes, and they're very sadly that's what you're presented with now when you go.
That's so sad. That really is sad,
isn't it? Yeah, that's really why it's only an honourable mention because, the idea is this sort of inspires people to get out and visit some of these places, I suppose, and that's one that's just never going to be the same again.
How many times have you been up here, Scott?
I've probably been there about 4 or 5 times, I think.
Wow.
Different times. Just we've stayed very near there 2 or 3 times. So it's a favourite spot really. Hoping to go again. Martin and Steph are very keen to go, so we're hoping to go up and do a bit of walking up there together at some point.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Don't invite Stu.
It was the
not inviting
ye
Stu,
old vintage toy shop. It was the ye old vintage toy shop. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so we've done. Let's get to Connor's right here. Here we go. Share screen. Right, so you've picked this, Connor, for your honourable mention.
I did. So my team, because everyone else had a team, I had to have a team, is figures that I loved as a kid that we got in modern form. And I think that it sort of showcased the reason why I love modern is because when you hold a modern figure, it looks like what your imagination major toys as a kid. So when you had this little soldier that was 5 POA,
yeah, I loved that little soldier. Yeah,
and you get it in a modern form, and it's it's got a wash on it. It's got cool kind of weapons and interchangeable hands. And just everything about a modern toy is exactly what my imagination was on my bedroom floor, my toys as a kid. And I think that's why I really go for these modern ones. And of course, the Red Shadow was such an iconic bad guy. So before there was Cobra in the Action Force line, we had the Red Shadows, and they were just, well, clearly, what they were stylized on, but they were just such a cool bad guy figure.
Yeah, I
was lucky. I had two of these because my brother had one. Didn't really play with it, so I had two Red Shadows. I had two Stormtroopers. I was really spoiled as a kid.
They just looked cool, didn't they, Conor? They just
when you had these two standing, beside it, Baron Ironblood, it was just a phenomenal look. And the reason I went for honorable mention was because that version that I have out of the box there, that's the one we got last year from, I was the year before, Operation Monster Force.
Yeah.
So not an, it's very close looking too. You can see they stylized off it. There is a new one out that I have, which I haven't opened yet. So that's why I didn't pick this one. I'm really excited to get these open. I got all the Order of the Crimson Moon. So
they are beautiful. Those we see them every year at Joe Fest, and
can't wait to get this one out. So that's why the Red Shadow was just an honorable mention. That this figure is just slightly off what I would like it to be, but again, holding this, as a child, as a kid, as a 6-7-year-old playing with these on the floor, that's in my head. That's what they look like, even though they were just simple 5 POA figures. My imagination had these as these sinister, mud covered soldiers with all sorts of evil weapons at their disposal. So
the nicest thing is, as well, as the original Action Force, the ones that you show in my ear, they fit straight in with your Star Wars figures. So you know what I mean. It was like a mercenary for me, the Red Shadow. You had your Stormtroopers, but then you had this badass.
And actually, that'll come up again. That's a very good point in a while. But yeah, absolutely. I was big into mixing my toys. So that's the one there now behind it that's boxed. I just can't wait to get it out. You can see it's doesn't have as much kind of paint apps or washes as the Monster Force one, but I just think it's just so close looking to the original one. But again, that's where my love of the love of modern toys is for me, is because they look like what my imagination thought of my vintage toys were as a kid. So
did you get into Action Force, Scott?
I did have some Action Force, I think it was slightly later than the Red Shadows and such like. It was Cobra then. So I did for a couple of years after Transformers. Got into Action Force. I loved that
so
giant
cool,
motorboat, that giant red motorboat thing. The I don't know what it was called. The Moray, was it?
That Moray's
fantastic.
Cool.
I had one of those, and the kind of oil rig Action Force base. A few of the vehicles, Stinger and stuff like that. I had quite a bit for a while. Then it all just got boxed up and sold off cheap. I didn't have the same. I retained most of my Star Wars, but I just moved it all on. I think I've got one figure, a Rock Viper, found in the roof last year. That's all I've got left.
How
not a very good figure, really. It's not a figure I like.
How is it to find Monster Force over there, Conor? Or are you having to order them?
Impossible. I have to ship them in from the US. So you have to pay the shipping, then you have to pay the cost. So anything that's outside the EU, when it hits the shore here, we're paying 23% value-added tax.
Jeez.
And then I think the postal service are charging us €7 as well for administration fee for it. So
you're joking.
So so that's why I've kind of really cooled down on buying from the States, because it's just gone crazy money. Sure, if you were to buy 2 figures, again, they get shipped to you, it's going to cost you double the price of the 2 of them. So I was buying the wave of the Operation Monster Force. You absorb some of the shipping costs spread over 8 figures, but but it's just one. So I've had to miss out on something where something will come into stock and you'd be holding out for a couple of other figures to bulk up the order.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's sold out. So
you know what you want to do? You want the next time Claire and my mum come here, you want to say to them what you want, and then we'll get them here for you. I'll order them before they get it. They can just bring it home, can't they?
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. Claire got some post for me today.
I did. Brilliant. Coxie says absolute dickheads for fun when they were pissed. They did it when they were drunk. Both went to jail. Did they go to jail for it then?
Yeah. They did. Not for long enough. I think they're out now.
Unbelievable. They sold Connor's Meyer figure, but the accessories came separate. Red Shadows were just so cool, such an iconic design. Yeah, they were though, weren't they? Yeah. And Gaz says, are you telling us they chopped down that tree? Yeah, apparently, when was it? Last year or the year before, Scott?
23, yeah, a couple of 3 years ago.
About 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Did anyone tell Costa or Freeman? Don't think they're going to be happy about that. No, it's sad that, yeah. Yeah, George is a big fan of Red Shadows. Yeah, I know he likes them. Oh, wow, the only Action Force figure I believe I ever owned, says Martin.
Ooh.
It is an iconic figure, though, isn't it? It is.
Yeah, well, so you have to be careful nowadays because of the way people remember history. But when we were growing up, the baddies were the baddies from, the previous generation. And the fact that, I think we all started playing with the little plastic molded soldiers. That that was probably the easiest thing to wangle off your mother when you're in the shop is a bag of toys. So that's where I love lining up my soldiers, my allies, and my axes of evil. I better be careful what words I use, but and then to get them in kind of the same size that we had figures of in Star Wars, my mind was blown. I remember picking up my first one, and I was just completely mind blown, and I just absolutely fell in love with Action Force then. It just stems from those toy soldiers right up and grew into that.
It's not really a big thing over here, and but at Joe Fest the lads will come over and they'll have an Action Force booth, and it's so nice, Connor and Scott, to see all the boxes and all the carded figures. I buy one every time I go, so I bought a couple of Action Force every, you know what I mean, the SAS guy and the Red Shadow guy and all that sort of stuff. But it's lovely to see that. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely to see them all there. Gig Song says, I have been to the abduction site where Betty and Barney Hill got abducted by aliens. They may have known. Dino, you've been poked on Lego studs. Oh, brilliant. Don't lie, D. That's the reason you went there. Absolutely brilliant. Jonathan says shipping from the US is just crazy. It really is. Hi, Jesse. Nice to see you. Jesse's coming and said hello. Hi, Mr. B. Good to saw Mr. B before in here. Cool, Shabby. Can you order me 200 of it? Yeah. I've got a new job as Connor's mailwoman. Absolutely brilliant. Well, that's an awesome start with your honourable mentions. Let's get to your top fives. Mr. Full, I'm going to start with you. What's this one? This is super cool.
So again, going back to what you said about them being interchangeable, one of the figures that I loved was Blowtorch. He was an absolutely crazy looking figure with the bright colors. Like, he was so bright looking. I have him here. That, when you're a kid in the toy shop and you see this on a peg, you have to go and pick it up. It was just amazing, and he came with like tons of accessories. He looked really cool. He had the helmet, he had the faceplate. So I was always a big Blowtorch fan, really loved him. He was a very easy one then to slot in with your Star Wars figures because his suit was kind of space looking as well. So again, I think that was a big reason why I love this guy. He could very easily be in with with Star Wars figures, we Battlestar Galactica figures, we had Thunderbird figures. I agree. They were all 5 PO8, so they all just kind of mixed in so well together. So I was really excited when they announced they were doing this guy in classified, and they classified him up. So where I really love the classified is they're like the vintage figure, but they have their own modern look about them, and you can see that they gave this guy kind of a darker red color. The holes that were on the suit, they gave him these silver plates, and again, my mind was just blown looking at this kind of 6-inch
Are you happy
version.
though with the new thing? Because I know there's a lot of Joe fans, and that's why I went to the retro ones because they look more or less exactly. Were you happy with the changes, Connor?
Yeah, I think I love both. So I love the retro because I love getting the 6-inch version of my vintage toy, but I love getting a kind of updated, modern looking version of them because, like I said, that's the way I saw my toys. When I looked at that blowtorch figure as a kid, I seen him sort of I was able to see past the two kind of color tones that he was, and he looked far more dynamic and action looking to me, and my imagination was just blown. So that's why I've picked these ones, because it's when they do the modern version and it kind of ticks the box where my imagination was as a kid. That's why I absolutely loved them. So that's why Blowtorch was number 5 for me. It was just it's just a super cool figure as a kid, and I just loved the modernized version of him. And just had so much fun with this guy.
How would you do it though, Connor? Because obviously what they do is they've released a few figures now on classified as well as retro. So obviously they'll do this on retro and they'll do it in these colours. Would you end up buying them both then?
Yeah, absolutely. Because then it ticks 2 boxes. Now, when it comes to G.I. Joe classified, there's a lot I'm not buying. I'm only really interested in the figures that I had, or that I was, I suppose, exposed as a kid.
You're going that way, right? Okay.
Where one of my friends on the road might have had it, and I got to play with it and stuff. So, that's where the joy is for me. So, when they're doing these new waves, I think out of everything that was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, I think there's only 2 of the figures that I really want, maybe 3. So I really kind of cut back and cool it down, and then that means I get all the retro cards when they come out, because they just tick a different box. They're not a modernized figure; they're just an updated or bigger version of the vintage one. So it kind of, that one line has given me sort of 2 different avenues of collecting, and yeah, this I just absolutely loved that figure as a kid. And actually, if you look, you can see when I was posing them here, I broke the bloody wire, the connection. It snapped on me. So
just there.
So I'm going to have to go and hunt one of them down now. That was my own fault. Probably a bit heavy-handed with it here. So you do have to be a little bit delicate with these guys. But yeah, he was a stellar looking figure.
I like the modern take on how classified looks. So you're the same way then, because I started buying them, the classified, and I was doing it, but I've got rid of most of them for a simple reason. They didn't look like the cartoon, and I didn't know who they were. So I'm a sucker for that. Black Series did it. Once you write a number on it, remember when we were kids, Scott, and kind of collect all, you know what I mean? You put a number on the box and it'll do my head of it called 7, 8, 9, 13 foot. So I just thought this is getting crazy. But I've enjoyed collecting the retros, but these are really, really cool. And it's funny that, because I buy vintage Joes every time I go to Joe Fest. So that's awesome. Did you ever get into them, Scott? Did you have vintage Joes?
No, never G.I. Joe. It was, I think, by the time they changed it to G.I. Joe in the UK, I'd stopped collecting. Yeah. So just Action Force. Don't remember that one. I don't remember.
No, I remember Blowtorch. Yeah, the last Blowtorch I got was a Pursuit of the Cobra one. And then Jonathan agrees with you, basically said the classified team really do a great job of updating the classic looks. Well, actually, there was a lot of discrepancy then with it, because I thought as well, you never had 6-inch Joes as a kid, so it'd be nice to update them a little bit and so forth. But there was a lot of people that weren't happy with it, were they? But you don't seem to have an issue with that.
No. Like, I mean, again, they do the old version on the retro line, but for me, it's just, again, it's just, that's when I looked at my Blowtorch figure, that's how I perceived it. The accessories you get with these guys, so they you get 3 flame effects, 2 of them are big, like that one there. Like, imagine having that as a kid with your figures, those effects. They didn't, they weren't even a thing for us. We could only imagine him blasting out the flames from his torch. So it's just all those extra things that just, and you can tell who it is,
aren't you, on the modern one?
That's
Blowtorch.
They're just, to me, they're just so much fun.
I think they're absolutely fantastic.
Would you collect if they did, like, they do the Kenner colours with some of the vintage collection figures? If they did that with the classified, if they did it in original colours.
So they do.
Have they done that? Have they?
Yeah. So I've some hang. So these are the ones they do in the 6-inch line, and they keep them the same colours as the vintage ones.
Right.
So that's the retro line. So I'm kind of collecting 2 lines from G.I. Joe, but again, not. So I get all those ones, and sometimes I get duplicates because I'm a sucker. But when it comes to the main line, then I can pick and choose. And if I don't get something or I don't want something, I can let it pass. So it's only the ones the characters that I really loved and adored as a kid that I chase down.
I just think they're awesome. Evening, Shabby, Scott Conor, George, G-Force, Marty, Mr. B, VTR, Des, Hoppy, Kieran, Claire, Badger, Jonathan, Kev, Palps, Gaz, DTM, and Rob. Hello, Delphi and Seek. Lovely to see you. Hiya, Zoe. Nice to see you. So our Zoe's here. Your number 5, Scott. Okay. Where is this?
Right.
Oh, wow.
This is Wells Cathedral in Somerset. And it's a place I'd always wanted to go. It features in a number of films and TV shows. Most recently, it appears in the Masters of the Universe film. The great big battle at the Star is filmed in the heart of Wells Cathedral. Yeah, you watch it, you'll see there's something called they're called the Scissored Arches, and you can spot them in the film.
Oh wow!
Absolutely amazing architecture. It's kind of like these great arches that join together like scissors. And so the great big battle at the start happens in there.
Did you enjoy that movie, Scott? Did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah. I took the boys to see it. They absolutely loved it. Really loved it because I showed them the vintage cartoon, and so yeah, they really enjoyed it. I thought it was great laugh, great fun. Yeah, it was really, really, really good. So yeah, there's the those are called what are those called? I wrote that down. The Sea of Steps, they're called. It's really interesting arching staircase. It goes up to what's called the chapter house, which is this round room where they would go, where the monks would go and meet. But the steps are so worn, and it features in so many different TV shows and films. Staying on the Robin Hood theme, it appears as Nottingham Castle in Robin of Sherwood, if anyone remembers the Robin of Sherwood series.
Yes, I do.
Michael Praed as Robin's running up and down those stairs, rescuing Maid Marian from Nottingham Castle there. There's a BBC ghost story for Christmas called The Treasure of Abbot Thomas, and that's filmed in and around Wells Cathedral. There's me going down the stairs.
There's you reenacting the scene, Scotty boy.
Scene. Yeah. I didn't rescue.
Scott, you're after wearing the steps out. Look at them there on the side. Look, you're after wearing them right down.
That many takes. Yeah, so it's just if anyone goes into cathedrals, castles, just amazing architecture, great history. But for
that's
me,
beautiful.
There are those features. Yeah, that's called the chained library. The library, all the books are chained up. And that features again in the Treasure of Abbot Thomas, the ghost story.
That's beautiful.
Features in there, so I got to go and stand in the same place that the guy in there. There it is.
Oh wow!
And that's from 1974, so that's the year I was born. That was being made, and so it was great to go there eventually and sort of stand in the.
So what is it about this place? Is it you've watched a movie and then you've gone, oh, I'd love to do that, or you're just gonna go to the place regardless, Scott?
It's a bit of both. Somewhere like Hadrian's Wall, I'd not registered about the Sycamore Gap tree at the time. It was just I wanted to go to Hadrian's Wall. I'd always wanted to go to Wells. I watched this ghost story for Christmas. I watch it every year around Christmas time, and so yes, I'd always wanted to go. And then we booked somewhere for a long weekend near Wells, and we'll go to the cathedral. And then of course I always have a Google what's around. See, what is there that's been filmed there or such like. So we usually end up watching whatever that is. So yeah, it's a bit of both. Depends.
How old is this place? Do you know?
Oh, it's 1,000 years, I guess. It's something in the region of 1,000 years.
Wow.
Absolutely remarkable. That's another still from the 1974 ghost story, and he's kind of being haunted by a scary monk. Hot Fuzz is in the grounds. You don't actually see the cathedral, but Hot Fuzz is filmed out just around the corner in Wells, which is brilliant. Wolf Hall as well. They filmed some in the cathedral too. But it's just wherever we go. I mean, when we went to see Martin and Steph a couple of weeks ago, we went to Ely Cathedral. We love a cathedral. It's lovely.
They're romantic though, aren't they? I mean, do you, Connor? Do you like going to places like? I love going to places like. So you're a fan of him, Connor?
Yeah, big time. So I'd be very aligned to Scott with some of his trips. So anytime we go anywhere, I do try to stick in a historical element on it and try and learn some. Like, I mean, we're blessed that we live in a part of the world. Like, I mean, as Scott said, that's probably 1,000 years old, but there was probably some sort of an abbey there for hundreds and hundreds of years before they ever put stone to it, and are built it up. So we're just surrounded by history and these ancient places and so many tales and stories that I love going and learn something. Now Scott's put another spin on it with the whole movie thing. Mine is blown because the start of Masters of the Universe, that was such a cool action scene.
There
so
it is. And there's the Arctic.
So cool.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is amazing. That's all. You see, the funniest thing is, though, I know your wife goes to them. Would your Celine go to these? And there's a reason I asked. So I took, when me and Jen were in England, I took her to London for a few days. And I wanted to go to the museums. I wanted to go to the cathedral, Westminster Abbey. She didn't want any of it. She just wanted to go shopping. And I was like, what? Do you know? And at the time they had Van Gogh's The Flowers, the flowers there. And Michael, I wanted to go into Michelangelo's thing where you go into that dark room and whatever. Yeah. And she was like, no, not interested. She wanted to go to Top Man. No. It's like Top Shop. Do you know what I mean?
In fairness, Celine, she's fairly patient with me like that. No, like, I mean, no matter where we were in Portugal a few years ago, and there was a slightly cloudy day. I won't call it a bad day, and it was cloudy enough that no one wanted to go to the pool, so I dragged them all to a herring factory museum to see how they used to tin the fish.
Come on!
I draw the line at that.
Well, again, because it's the history of Portugal. They built their empire off the back of
See, I'd love stuff
fish,
like
so,
that.
So
I remember taking it to a Blackpool rock factory. She was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Swear they make rock." Do you know what I mean? Not interested at all. JT's here. Mr. Reynolds is here. Hello, great to see you, Scott and Connor. Let's have a look what else people are saying. It's incredible, says JT, that we were building film sets. They were building film sets. They were getting prepared for it, JT. They were getting prepared for it.
Definitely.
It's those unions. It takes so bloody long to get anything done.
Yeah, I just so there it is. There's the picture of it, which is
awesome. Amazing though to think it's when we went there was a great they got a great Earth. Or was it the moon hanging from the ceiling? Absolutely enormous, like a spinning.
I've got a picture of that.
You could look. Is it there? Is it there?
Yeah.
That's a chapter house. That's another. That's an.
So that's where the stairs lead up to, and it's that.
That's right. Yeah, they lead up to that. It's kind of like a meeting place, I suppose. And those are the walls of the Bishop's Castle, which is just next to Wells Cathedral. So the bishops would live here, and this is you see Simon Pegg in Hot Fuzz. There's like a scene of him jogging, and he comes jogging out through those gates. So I took a photo there.
Awesome.
That's actually the Swan from Hot Fuzz there over to the
probably is. And this is out in the the graveyard in the cloisters of the abbey or cathedral rather. There's this culvert, and it goes. You go down through there, and it goes down to like an underwater stream, and that features again in the Ghost Story for Christmas. So he goes down there, and basically the guy's hunting for hidden gold, and he goes down that tunnel and finds some gold, and then there's some sort of evil spirit guarding the gold, which comes after him, and that's kind of he gets his comeuppance because of that. But it was absolutely, for me, it was fantastic to go to the spot, to the location. It was.
Do you try and do that though every week? So when you do go away for the weekend, you and Steph, do you try and go right? Let's go here because we've not been there before, or do you like to go to the same sort of places?
Some places we go to frequently. We go quite a lot, but we're always looking for somewhere new as well. We're always looking for somewhere new. We like places. We like Scotland. We like Wiltshire. We like East Anglia now. There's other places. We've been to Devon and Cornwall. But we kind of are adventurers, really. We're always looking.
It's a bit embarrassing, really. There's me going every weekend. I go to the toy shop, and there's There's Scott on his adventures. Des T says, idea for a new series. Scott sets the scene where we show photos of favourite movie scenes. Well, Tub Thumpers is coming up. Tub Thumpers is coming up, Scott. I'll just say that. You know what I mean?
All do it.
Oh, brilliant. You know, when it comes to those big fancy old buildings and churches, everyone is so ooh and ah about them, but no one really considers the poor burglars who cleans them. Look at him, Timu Grayskull. That looks like the entrance to Slade Prison.
It does, yeah. It does.
Yeah. Shabby, can you let me have a look? We'll get Igor doing it now. Churches. Shabby, can you put up my earlier comment for Scott, please? Yep, hold on, let me just find it.
What's this going to be?
Where the hell is it? Is it this one, Zoe? Hang on, this one. Oh look, I'll send you the profile. That one, Zoe. If it is, and I'll try and put it up if you've sent it. Scott left Dublin off that list.
I've not been to Dublin.
That surprises me. You've not been to. Arsai fell in love with it. Arsai and Claire.
Ireland. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, we've just not made it there yet. I mean, there's so much we'd love to see. I mean, I love ancient archaeology as well, and obviously Ireland is incredibly rich with ancient archaeology, and I'd love to go and see some of that. But yeah, one day we'll get there. One day.
Yeah, but again, it's so easy to go anywhere on a weekend. Even used to pick a destination to go with the kids, for a picnic or something on a Sunday, and it's steeped in history. That's what I was saying. We're so lucky that we live in a part of the world that it's so ancient and everywhere has stories. It's that's a beautiful spot.
If it's that one, brilliant. JT says, I live in South Bucks and there's a lot of carry-on and films from the 50s and 60s were filmed around here. The exterior of Faulty Towers was in my village of Woodburn.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Do it that way, sorry. Listen to John. Yeah, listen to him. They all know what Shabby's like. Yeah, best just to do it again, so best to do it again.
Oh, I see it there. It says, "Oi, Scott, you never paid me back the £5 I lent you."
So look at that. There's me, Tez, DTM, Shabby.
There we all are. Yeah. So that's Robin of Sherwood.
What a show!
And the one that's missing from there. I know some guys will know this already, but another regular actor who appeared in Robin of Sherwood was Jeremy Bulloch, who appeared as Edward of Wickham quite often in the show. So that was a little Star Wars connection with Robin of Sherwood.
It's weird that because the Americans over there, they've seen the original trilogy how many times, but it's funny how everyone from the Empire we see on Casualty or Robin of Sherwood, we see Johnny Briggs' dad. Do you know what I mean? We see him every week. Oh, love it. Brilliant.
And this, again, to put an Irish spin in it, but the soundtrack to Robin of Sherwood for Clannad.
Oh, yeah,
beautiful song.
Yeah, we had the vinyl of it, and my mom had the vinyl, and as kids we used to play it over and over again and reenact scenes. And stuff. It was what year did I suppose I was about 9 or 10 when it came out. It was brilliant. That's the gargoyles on the outside. It's just a few more shots of the cathedral. Really.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. Pretty scary.
Skeletor.
Yeah. Oh, that's just those are like where the priests and such would live, like the whole fantastic row of old houses, and that features in Hot Fuzz and
Stone. Look at that,
and the
beautiful
1974 Ghost Story and things like that. It features a lot. There's just a whole row on both sides, completely unspoiled. There's no parking up the street or anything. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, and there it is. There's the Earth. It was the Earth that was in there. I forgot.
So what is that? It's like a big ball, is it? What was
it's like a giant. I don't know if it's inflated or how it's constructed really, but you get them. You see them. They go around places like cathedrals because they've got the space, I suppose, and they do the moon and they do Mars and others. But we got there. We didn't know it was going to be there, but it's just hanging there and it's very slowly spinning around. So it was absolutely fantastic.
I've sent Scott the profile on Instagram.
I'll have a look after.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, that's an awesome picture. That must have been huge, that thing.
Absolutely.
And sorry, Scott, was it to celebrate something?
I don't think so. Not specific. I think it's just on a tour and it happened to be there. I think they just tour a lot of a lot of these huge sort of venues that can accommodate them. But no, we just got lucky. It was there. It was brilliant. So yeah, we had a brilliant day.
Go on, so I'm sorry I cut you off. I apologise. What were you saying, buddy?
No, I just said no. We just had a brilliant day. We just went into Wales for the day and just sort of spent the whole day there. It was absolutely fantastic.
Is there in England you'd like to go, Connor? Like somewhere like this? Is there a certain place that you've seen in a movie or something you've gone, oh, I'd love to go there?
Oh, well, like every Christmas when I'm banging on about a Christmas Carol, Scott's telling me about he got to visit the real Scrooge grave. So I would love to go over there someday and visit that with Scott.
Connor. We must sort that out if you come over.
Yeah, that would be
or Echo or something at some point, because it's just down the road in Shrewsbury. It's giving anything away, but it's not actually on my top 5 list. But it should have been. It could have easily been.
Should have been number 1, Scott.
It should have been, yeah. But it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, all the filming locations from A Christmas Carol, fantastic.
Yeah, but I used to do a lot of outdoor stuff, so I never got to visit any of the lakes, the Lake District. There's actually lots I'd like to see in England. Yeah, and we were planning on going to Edinburgh. We were thinking about going actually in August. It was Dario talked me out of it. He was saying, "Oh, it's the busiest time. Don't go with the fringe on." But hopefully in the next couple of years, my wife is dying to go and see Edinburgh. And again, just full of those old historic buildings.
No. Bring Selena. I can show her things from 40 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Selena be like, "Whoa, people weren't even born then." Shabby. I'm just 2 miles along coast from the village cut used in Local Hero. There's a Star Wars connection in that film. Well, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We'll have a look at that. So he says he visited places like the photos you've shared that are in films and poses photo prints from the line in line with him at the place.
Oh,
I know. Yes.
Right, got you.
I know who he means. Yes, I've seen that.
Well, that's awesome, man. Right, there's your number 5. I'm loving this. This is I can sit right. I'll let you two do it. This is awesome tonight. Here's your number 4. I'm going to start with you this time, Andy. We've got Detectives.
Oh, what a show.
Right, now you lot told me about this a couple of years ago, but I could not find this movie at all. But you lot love this film, don't you?
It's a series. It's a series of there's 3 seasons. Yeah, there's 3 seasons and a couple of specials. It is one of my all-time favorite programs. It is such a sweet, warm-hearted, funny, clever. It's just wonderful. It's about friendship, and we should all love it in this group, really, because it's kind of they're hobbyists, they're collectors, they're metal detectorists. They're very much. Everything about it reflects something that we'd all find familiar, or we'd see some element of it in ourselves. It's a beautifully shot show. So it was made in Suffolk, mostly filmed in Suffolk, around the town of Framlingham and near Rendlesham Forest. This is out near Rendlesham Forest. So these 2 guys, basically Lance and Andy, go out metal detecting. And the story kind of spans over 3 seasons from there. This is their favourite metal.
3 seasons. Oh, so is it still on now? Or how old?
No, it finished. It finished 3 or 4 years ago. They finished it with a special.
Was it on Netflix? It might have been on Netflix.
Yeah, kind of. It's on. It'll be on any kind of BBC platform if you've got anything like that. BBC America, I'd have thought.
Acorn, I can get Acorn TV.
Oh right.
And I think it was on the front of that. Yeah, I think this poster says it. You see right there, Acorn at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be on. It might be on there. Then I cannot recommend it more highly.
I'll set the scene. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything.
Hi, Mr. Berry.
Nothing happens, and you're completely engrossed and enthralled in it from start to finish because it's
absolutely.
Yeah, these lads all loving it.
Yeah,
it's just them chatting, and it's a wonderful series. Yeah,
that's right. It was our Des Jono that talked about it, the Detectivist. That's exactly right. Did you know as well, lads, that Vintage Tourist, the most famous program filmed near him, is Crime Watch? Coxie, everybody loves this. Yeah,
it really is. And comedy doesn't do it justice. It's just not. It's more than a comedy. You know, it's a drama. It's just so heartfelt and warm and
it's
sweet.
warm. It's just the right word, isn't it? Yeah.
You know,
I was
we
on
watch
as an
it
extra
every year. We're just about to finish it. We've just got one episode left to watch, and you know, we've just been watching it again. So these are all just like photos of me in a field near trees.
That's an awesome
mostly.
picture, though. I love that
No,
picture.
you know, that's just where they go detecting. You know, and it was a bit of a walk to get there, but it was amazing. It really was amazing to be there. That's the pub. It's called the Two Brewers in the show, but that's in Framlingham. There's a lot of the locations in the show are in the town of Framlingham, which is a lovely town, fantastic castle, well worth a visit anyway. But you know, kind of doing the detectives. That is the location. Sadly, the Scout hut from the show was demolished and they've rebuilt that. So we were gutted when we went that the original Scout hut where the Danebury metal detecting club meet weekly, but that was gone and that was in its place. So you know, that was a bit of a shame. That's from season 2. That's a Saxon round tower church, and it's all based around, a lot of the story is based around that field that they're in, and they're looking for a crashed German plane from the Second World War that might have some of the wrong sort of gold aboard it. So yeah,
beautiful place.
It's beautiful. I mean, we'd not really been to Suffolk before. We had a week in Suffolk 2 or 3 years ago, and we absolutely loved it. And we spent a day doing Framlingham and Rendlesham Forest and exploring all these locations. And it was just weird to be walking in their footsteps, really. And there's that church again. Just quite amazing in itself, really.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Saxon, it's going back. It's over 1,000 years. The tower and
awesome.
A few shots like that.
Just brilliant, man. Like,
it's such a great show.
I just look at the pictures. It's
can't speak more highly of it. Yeah, far too many photos of the church, probably.
There it is, Framlingham.
Framlingham, yeah, nice place.
Stunning.
That's the cottage. We found that by accident. There's, at the end of the 3rd season, Andy, who's the one kind of dorky guy, he finds this tumble down cottage, and they've got almost no money, and he convinces his wife that they're going to go to the auction, and they manage to win it. And it's just absolutely amazing. It kind of bookends the series. We stumbled across it by accident. As we were walking, we didn't know it was there. We hadn't been able to find out where that cottage was, and then we came across it really by accident on our way to the fields and where most of the detectives filmed. It was really close to there, next to some ancient woodland. So yeah, fantastic.
Coxie says, I've been to a lot of locations in Framlingham too, Scott, like the cafe sitting on the church opposite. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, I might just have because I remember Des talking about it, and now you've been, and now and you yourself, Scott, and everybody in the chat's been like, yeah, BBC is the only place for the specials. The series was dumped onto Netflix, but the specials, so it's on Netflix. I might try that too. We have all watched them at least 3 times each. Says, hi, Mrs. T. Says Mrs. T. Wow, everyone's coming to see you boys tonight. Thank you so much for the support, lads and lasses. It's been great. Rendlesham Forest, famous UFO event there. 40 plus years ago.
That's right. We did a day exploring that as well. You can do like a walk, and they take you on a trail, and there's even a model of the supposed spaceship or alien ship. What is that? That's the church again, and just a random stone that was in the field. And that's just more shots of fields, unfortunately. But
it's stunning location, absolutely. It's flat.
That's Lance's house. That's Toby Jones's character, and he lives in the flat up there and parks his TR7 in the drive there. So yeah, I was pretty excited to find that.
They don't go anywhere and do anything, so it's like a 2-man version of ZSR. Glasgow has so many blockbusters filmed up there. That's where they renamed it Gotham. Yeah, they did. I know they filmed one of the Marvels was up there, wasn't it? And the Batman. So that's pretty cool.
I think they did some of the recent Spider-Man up there as well. All the street scenes.
Yeah, that pub is actually called the Castle Inn, right?
That's right.
Right at the castle gates.
It is. They managed to. They managed to avoid the castle in the filming, but it is right there.
I've spent 20 years around that area of Suffolk because my parents had a static caravan there. The show is set in Essex but shot in Suffolk. So whose house is this? It's one of the characters' houses, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the characters' houses. It's Lance, played by Toby Jones. and he lives up in the top of there. Yeah,
it's brilliant, man.
Yeah, there are so funny.
That's cool.
That's the electrical shop. Andy sells his trades in his metal detector as one, in one of the episodes, and that's the magic shop where Lance's ex-wife lives, or has like a shop full of magic tats, sort of like rubbish stuff. And that, again, that's a main feature in the first season.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, some of the stuff.
There's a church again.
Back at the church, yeah. What were the fields?
Oh, there they all are.
And there's the gang. Yeah, there they all are. That's the Danbury Metal Detecting Club. So Toby Jones and Mackenzie Crook, they're the two main characters, but the rest of them, all the characters are so well drawn, so well developed. Yeah. Just there's so much thought, so much depth in all of them. They're all developed characters before they appear. Really, it's an amazing piece of writing.
Steph. So this is the village still, yeah.
That's another shot in Framlingham. Yeah, it features in the series. At some point, they're walking along there.
I think they're absolutely, what a great place. That's absolutely amazing place.
That's absolutely made up. I just smiled all day that day. It was amazing.
Let's just get to Connor's right there.
Right, JT, yeah.
Here we go. Right, so let's just get to the chat a minute. Diana Rigg was in The Detectorists and her daughter Rachel Sterling too. Wow, okay. Mm-hmm. Adam says, I'm so late to this top 5, it's now wish you were here. VTR says, for a few years I made the Christmas tradition to visit the pub where they filmed Wonderful Christmas Time, the Fountain Inn in West Sussex.
Oh, very nice.
That sounds nice. Simon and Garfunkel, brilliant. Fram is so pretty. He looks like a lovely little thing. Yeah, it really does.
So picturesque. It's beautiful.
Looks really nice. Connor, your number 4 is this. I pity the people that don't like Connor's number 4.
Awesome. So yes, this is a little bit of a cheat. So, the reason I picked this one was because we all had the Galoob BA figures, but this isn't an official Mr. T figure. This was a custom I done, and but I just love the fact that I again have a modern version of Mr. T. Nobody's done an 18 line yet. I don't know why we haven't got one. We badly need one. Even in the 3 3/4 inch, I'd be happy to get a modern line. But I was a big fan of BA. Love Mr. T. Was obsessed with him as a kid because he was just such the cool, tough guy. But they released a figure in WWE, and couldn't tell you what line or what sub-line it was in.
It was the wrestling one. I've got it. Scuba just sent it me. I've got that figure.
But I couldn't get it over here. They didn't do it over here. So G-Force picked it up for me and helped me out. So
awesome.
Least he could do. He's so mean to me other times. But anyway, so it was So what I done was it came as a wrestling figure, loads of accessories. So it had all the kind of the gold pieces. So I was able to utilize them. That's one piece, and then a smaller one that sits on top of it. But it's just so cool. So what I done was I got a roadblock figure in 6 inch, painted it up, and was able then to swap out the Mr. T head that G4 sent me.
Hey, great job, buddy. I would never have thought that.
Yeah, and then even the boots, I was like, I have a Galoob one here, actually.
Adam asks Connor, have you used the Street Fighter as a base for that custom?
No, it was the. Oh god, my head is gone. It was Roadblock. Roadblock was the custom, but even like the boots, I was trying to make them like because he has like shin guards which look terrible, but I was able to paint them up to look like
you've done a cracking job.
But again, it just we all had these figures. Actually, Si picked this one up for me in the NEC and handed it to me on the way out. The devil. But yeah, so it was just that love of Mr. T. So again, I was only able to do it because G-Force was able to help me out, and because I used another body, I was able to keep the Mr. T figure and get boxing gloves for him. So now I have a Mr. T and a Clubber Lang, which is pretty cool.
Super cool.
So, yeah, look, a little bit of a cheat because it's not an official 6-inch or modern action
it's
figure.
your collection, though. That's your 5 in your collection.
It's just being able to use the modern collection to modernize a figure that we absolutely love, because like the Galoob figures, they were terrible figures. That 5-inch scale didn't fit in with anything really. You couldn't really use them with your they were too small for Action Man, and they were too big for Star Wars or Action Force. So, but absolutely loved them. They were stunning. So again, my imagination looking at this figure here, where you couldn't articulate the arms, but didn't have a lot of movement. But as a kid and playing on the floor, that's I saw Mr. T, and my imagination exploded. So
I agree. That's up there with Star Wars figures, with Joe figures.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And even the 3 3/4, they were all the wrong kind of color. The outfits they gave them, but we all had them and we all loved them. And playing with the different sets that we got from the Galoob, just absolutely stunning. So
that custom is brilliant. Look at VTR. Says that's an awesome customer, Des.
Had to base them off someone.
I mean, these I look for these every time I go to Joe Fest. Every time, do you know? I just loved these figures.
They were just, at least with those, my brother had the 18 van, so we were able to. I don't know if anyone remembers the Galoob 18 van. The lid lifted off, and you could put them in driving the van. It was so cool, and just to have, an 18 van to play with your toys. Again, your imagination was just sparking as a kid playing with them. So
I mean, I know VTR's got a set of him, and he's got the villains and all that sort of stuff. And I like watching when he made the videos, because you could see him in the on the card backs or whatever. But JT's got a good point. He says, Connor, you're absolutely right. Why hasn't everyone else made 18 figures? I've got the Playmobil stuff, and the Playmobil stuff's awesome. But you would like to see a 6-inch line of 18, wouldn't you? To be honest.
Yeah, I'd love to see a modern line, because I just loved the show. Like, being allowed to stay up late and watch something where people were shooting guns and things were exploding and everyone survived. It was I just was mad about the A-Team as a kid. Yeah. Loved Mr. T, and thanks to G-Force for making that possible. And like I said, the side effect of it was I now have 2 Mr. T figures in my collection, which is pretty awesome.
It has. The 18 van has featured on top 5. You're exactly right. VTR scooped all. Yeah, he did. Yeah, you got him, and you got a bargain. Yeah, $60. That was really, really good. The Playmobil 18. Yeah, that sets, but they all were. I mean, the Magnum one. I did them all. I got every one of them that they made. I thought they were brilliant. Jazzwares might still own the rights for the 18 figures because of their movie deal. Right. Well, let's hope so. I'm trying to collect all the vintage Mr. T figures. Yeah, because VTR's got a good set of them, and a good set of B.A. Baracus and Mr. T. And
I picked up a die-cast fan recently. I don't see it there. But again, beautiful. Getting, a modern, shiny version.
That's awesome, Connor. That's awesome.
Great.
But again, it was so. There's a few things in this for me. I was able to get the figure that I wanted, or the character that I wanted in a modern form. It was the help of someone in the community that gave up their time and expense to go and sort it out for me to make it happen. And so I just absolutely love that figure. Doesn't fit in with anything, but it's its own thing and it's its own right. And it's special to me for those reasons. So yeah.
Look at him. Look how cool they all are. That's an awesome. That's awesome. That's really cool.
And so I've always said that a real grail for me. So when I was a kid, I had the 12-inch Galoob Mr. T. I don't know if you remember. He came with dungarees.
I do. Yeah. And he had one feather in it, didn't he? The feathers in his,
Like, I just love that. So, like, I mean, my friend would come over with his Action Man Jeep, and I'd be squashing Mr. T into it, that he would be driving the Jeep around. And instead of World War II, he was in, escaping from Vietnam for committing a crime he didn't commit, of course. But again, just it was all just imagination explosion with these. So I've been on the lookout for a box Galoob Mr. T. I did find one at a toy fair last April. It was a little bit pricey. Wife was with me, so. But,
is that why it was pricey?
VTR it drives me crazy. I'll go to the NEC and I'll look around and I'll have my eye out for one, and I won't see one. And then he'll post a video of his toy hunt, and you walk by and you'll see one in his video. And I think that's happened about 3 different times. So, yeah, I could keep missing them, but yeah, that's have my eye out for a nice boxed 12-inch version. I'd like to keep that one in the box. That was a real special toy for me.
Those guys doing the 3.75 Battlestar Galactica seem to be doing other lines. Yeah, I saw the Magnum prototype they had at Toy Fair, so maybe they would do A-Team stuff. Yeah, fingers crossed. I think we'd all buy it. Would you buy it? Would you buy it? Would you buy it, Scott? If they
definitely, yeah. I was a huge fan of the A-Team. Of all those cult shows from the early 80s, the A-Team was always my favourite. Absolutely love it. So definitely, I would love to have. I mean, 3 3/4 would open up the idea of getting the van and perhaps more figures, I suppose.
But that's why I've got to admit, mate, that's why I don't fall. I'm going to be honest to you both right now. I don't fall for all that bullshit of, no one wants to see that movie because it's full of black people. Or this, what utter nonsense. We loved this sort of stuff as kids. There was no race towards us if we loved it. No. And name me a kid that didn't love Mr. T. Do you know what I mean? He was.
Absolutely.
Even all this stuff, like when I think back to the bedroom, so I shared my bedroom with 2 brothers.
Right,
it was Mr. T post, there was Michael Jackson. Well, Michael Jackson. There was my brother, a huge Arsenal fan. Ian Wright plastered. They write John Barnes all over the wall. This wasn't, this wasn't a thing in the 80s. We're not thinking like this when a film comes out or a film is announced. Just doesn't exist in our universe.
100% agree with both of you. 100%. I don't think we've got it in us, have we, with our pop culture? Now we grew up, it's just not in us at all, is it? JT says those large Galoob figures are horrendous, but I freaking love them. They've got a charm, haven't they, JT? I think they definitely have a charm to them. Zoe says, Mr. T, I just call him Dad. I'll get my coat. How'd you bar Zoe from the comments? How'd you bar Zoe?
That's why he's always lean and he's knackered from wearing all that gold jewellery. He just needs to take a minute.
That's brilliant. I love it now because he's in his 70s now, and he'll go to one of the cons over here, and he's just it's like 40-year-old lads that meet him are just like they turn into 8-year-olds. Like, no way, look who it is. You know what I mean? He's a massive character for sure, Andy. For that IP was so big in the 80s, but it seems weird knowing he's making A-Team stuff. The license just can't be that expensive. Not for A-Team, I don't think.
I wouldn't imagine so. And actually, Ireland, we don't really do celebrity over here. We're not big into it. Like, if you see someone, you wouldn't go like. I mean, I don't know. It's just we're not the culture here for celebrity. But I genuinely think if I ever got to meet him, I'd go weak at the knees and blah blah. I wouldn't be able to speak.
Do you know what, Connor? Though I've got to admit, and I don't want to embarrass him because I know he's in the chat. But what was one of my favourite memories about G-Force? One of my favourites because he was telling me about Sergeant Slaughter, and like I said, I didn't grow up really with Joe's, and I watched wrestling, but I didn't watch Sergeant Slaughter in the wrestling. And obviously, G-Force is roughly the same age as us. And we go to we go to the bar, and G-Force. It's weird, Scott. You just look at someone turned into an 8-year-old kid. He was blown away, G-Force, and like I said, it was lovely seeing his emotion to it. Like and then when he grabbed him and put him in the lock and all that sort of stuff, which he didn't have to do, this fella, and he did.
Father Nelson.
Yeah, just to see G-Force's emotions though to it, and the smile on that boy's face all weekend because
it was brilliant.
It made my weekend. I just thought, what a lovely thing that was. There was Mr. T everything back in the day. It was massive. I found Shabby a Bandit Firebird. Oh, but no, I don't have that. That's awesome. Cheers, G. We just talk about you. 18 was a good show to watch. Yeah. Adam says, Ramen and Factory are doing some great stuff. They have done an 18 van, but it was 6-inch. Yeah, Scuba's got it. Scuba's got that van. I don't think he got the custom one with the 18, but he did get that van because they've turned it into. They had a few things there. The news.
They've done a few,
and they've done a few of them. But yeah, there'll be rumours going. Well, if they've made Mask, I'm sure they can make 18. I think it'll be massive. Yeah. Can someone put Zoe in a timeout? Yeah. Kind of a big deal these days, VT. All those snicker ads with not Mr. T, not Des. We're awesome. Brilliant. That says I'd be all in on the 6-inch figures of the 18, Riptide, Magnum, Simon and Simon, Automan, Street Hawk, MacGyver. Yeah, there's another Street Hawk. How no one has done that, But I mean, I know they've just done that Airwolf helicopter.
That helicopter, isn't there? Yeah, looks.
How much do you think that's going to be, Scott? That's going to be.
I'm waiting to see how much that Cylon Raider is going to be. I mean, the Viper was enough, but that Cylon Raider looks bigger.
Yeah.
Got to have it. I don't know where I'm going to put it.
I wonder if Mr. T puts ketchup on his roast. I'm Penny the Fool who does, Kieran. Brilliant, John. In 2010, I went to a mate's party, fancy dress, TV, film stars. He dressed as Mr. T, and I went with him across London on the tube, complete with boot polish on the face. Imagine him going on the tube with that. Brilliant. It wasn't that long ago that Mr. T did adverts for Snicker chocolate bars.
That's right.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. Oh, yeah, that helicopter, man. Yeah, but it's not the size. I think I've put it somewhere, but it's the price. I think it'd be, I don't know, what do you reckon? It's got to be at least £600-700 that. Do you not think, Scott?
Wow, yeah. Gosh.
It's got to be absolutely massive. Anyway, we're halfway through. Let's get to your number threes. Thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It's been like a calm. It's like we're having a coffee sat on a sofa. I like the vibe tonight. I think it's awesome. Connor, I'm going to start with you for your number three, and it is the bat right there.
Right. So again, I started off playing with the Action Force 5 POA. Absolutely loved them. When the articulated versions came out, which we later found out were G.I. Joe in the Action Force line, they were just phenomenal. But this guy just blew my mind. So when it comes to like extra accessories, this guy was loaded down because he had the backpack with 3 different interchangeable hands. You could take his hand off and you could have a laser, a claw, or a flamethrower. And it just absolutely, I was just bonkers about this figure. I absolutely loved it. And he was so cool in the cartoon as well because, you know, with no emotions, they had all these bat figures fighting the G.I. Joes, and they would scare.
Was he right as well that they made this because obviously Joes, they didn't shoot anybody, but these, they were always shooting them.
They could blast these or blow them up because they were robots, yeah. So
exactly
they were able to fill in that gap. And then when you get to the modern version, so the modern version comes with a chest piece and a head, and you can see the boat here, but then there's an interchangeable battle damaged head where the eye is exposed, and then the armor is battle damaged as well. So again, just, you know, watching the cartoon, this is what I imagine my Joes were doing to my bats, and then I've been able to do it with a 6-inch version was just absolutely mind blown. It's a super cool figure. Love the color of it, the black and the orange, the silver. Again, just all those different accessories that you could interchange.
Now this they kind of did keep with the what is this the retro version that you've got here?
No, so the 2 I have there were the mainline version, right? And
right,
perfect. You could argue didn't need a retro version. They were that good. They were that similar to the original.
Yeah, because they kept this very similar, didn't they, in that version? Because I've got the retro version of it.
But they did a retro version, and where the retro version is cool is the.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it looks like they did in the cartoon, and they changed up. So rather than the hologram, you got these kind of painted components inside his chest. You know, extra set. You got some blast effects. You got again the damage face. So a much shinier kind of silver looking, you know, paint apps on it. So I ran out and got this one then as well because absolutely stunning. Just look at that. That is so cool. So again, this was for me. I was really happy with the mainline one, but this justified me picking up the retro version as well. So
yeah, because look, if you look at the vintage one right there, which I've got, it's more or less exactly the same, isn't it? It's just amazing,
but it's in the cartoon, the visor, the face shield was red in the cartoon.
Yeah,
so that's why they went that way. So,
so this was your army build, basically, wasn't it, Connor? For people that don't know.
Well, yeah, I know. I only had the one as a kid. I wouldn't have had the army build on them, but but I had to get 2 of them when I was a grown up money, and they brought it back out. I had to get a second. But absolutely, just phenomenal. Like the vintage figure was just so much playability. Having those interchangeable arms, you could just do so much with it. That it was just a fun toy. And then, like I said, you know, how I imagined it was this super big posable kind of figure that I actually have now as an adult. So that's why he made it in there.
Just awesome. Again, what you're showing is just iconic stuff. You know, when you collect that, you know who that is. Do you know what I mean? It's just brilliant. Adam Sperry says it depends on the electronics for the Airwolf copper. Rumours to be about $400 to $800 as they may go the whole electronic routes, lights, and of course, Connor, you could buy me for Christmas. I'll do it that way. Ace said before, lights are cheap to do. Let's have a look. It's massive. I won't be buying it. Yeah, they're all saying about that 18 thing. Same from the pics. It looks even the one for the 11th. Is there a certain retro figure or a classified figure that you haven't made yet, Connor, that you'd like to have?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I think I'm pretty up to scratch on what I want. I'd have to dig around and have a look, but I think I've pretty much ticked the box. So I only was it the 86 line or 87 line is kind of when I stopped, but I never got a toy after that. So anyone that has any of the classified that have come out, I picked up one or two just for the sake. But I'm really only after the ones that I had as a kid, from the sort of 82 line up as far as 86, 87. So, but I think I've pretty much ticked off every figure that I had as a kid in classified form now, in modern 6-inch form. So I'm pretty there. I'd go as far as to say that I'm probably pretty complete now with my classified. Yeah. There's one or two to come out. There's a couple of figures. So I didn't back the last HasLab, the Snowcat. So as the Iceberg comes with, I'd love to get that, but they'll probably do him on a retro card a year down the line. Yeah. So I just have to bide my time. But I'm in a space now where I'm happy where it's at, and I only have to pick up the one or two.
See, I'm never happy with it. I'm such a child, Scott. It's just ridiculous.
Well, it was so vast of a line that, like, because it went for so many years that when I finished collecting, that's when someone else was coming into the line, and then it'd go along and there'd be a whole new generation. So there's so many different incarnations of it. The Eco Warriors, the Tiger Force, the Toxic something or other. There's just so many that there's probably 3 or 4 generations of kids that had it at one stage or another. So that's the way I justify not having to be a completionist. I can bow out now. I got what I want.
Oh, that's brilliant. What about you, Scott? If there was a new toy line now, what would you like them to bring back that you had as a kid?
Oh, crumbs. Gosh.
So in other words, they've done Star Wars, they've done Motu, they've done Transport. Is there a certain toy line, or you'd like to see something that was upgraded that you go, I definitely... Like we talked about the 18 before.
Yeah. I mean, the Battlestar Galactica stuff that's coming out, that was something that I absolutely craved that as a kid, that there would be a decent Battlestar Galactica line, I think.
And it looks decent too, Scott, doesn't it?
They look fantastic, don't they? I hope the likenesses will be good when we get them. I hope they're going to.
I think they will.
I only ever had the baddies in Battlestar Galactica as a kid. I think I 3 of the bad guys. That's all I had.
I remember having the green monster with the 4 arms, but I think every bugger had that.
The one with the brain, and I had a Cylon. That was it. I didn't have any of the good guys.
Yeah, I had nothing. A friend had a Cylon. I remember, and that was as close as I ever got to them. And you never saw them around. I remember when the BBC were re-showing the series a bit later on in the 80s. I was absolutely obsessed with it, and really, really at that point desperately wanted someone to bring them out.
So are you tempted then to buy these Battlestar Galacticas? Are you going to pre-order?
Yeah, I have. I pre-ordered.
You have?
Oh,
yeah. There's a live stream for us. We'll get you on
breaking news.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exclusive at Shabby's. Thanks for that, Scott.
Yeah, it is. But it is, for me, it is Battlestar Galactica, and it's probably the A-Team are probably the 2 things that I would kind of like they're kind of non-negotiable, that I'll want them if that comes along. And I really like the look of the second wave of the Battlestar Galactica. All the characters look like the ones, they were the ones I expected to see. I'm really pleased about that.
Oh, that's awesome,
so
man.
I'm very excited for it. But it's like,
well, when you get it, remember, and Connor's here as a witness. Shabby asked you first to do a live stream on the Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah, sure.
We'll definitely get that done. Where is this, Mr. Whitehouse?
Ah, right, okay. Well, someone preempted this. Local Hero 1983 has preempted this. This is the Local Hero Beach, which is kind of between, I think it's technically in Moira, near Arisaig on the west coast of Scotland. And we absolutely love. Local Hero is one of our favourite films.
So what is it? I've never seen it. Local Hero. What is it about?
Right. Okay. Burt Lancaster owns a massive oil company, and he sends one of his representatives to Scotland to buy a village and a beach because he wants to build a massive oil refinery there. Well, the guy arrives, he's from Texas. He arrives expecting it'll be easy to get a deal, buy the beach, build the oil refinery. But he falls in love with the place. He falls in love with the people. And basically that's it. That's the story. And you can see why. It's an absolutely beautiful location.
Beautiful place. Yeah.
Fantastic views of the islands. It's Egg, Muck, and Rum are the three islands you can see from the beach. He encounters a hermit who lives in kind of like this ramshackle shed, exactly where this video was taken from. And he's played by Fulton Mackay. Most people will know him as Mr. Mackay from Porridge or from Fraggle Rock.
Oh yeah,
I know exactly what you mean. Now you said that. Yeah.
Tremendous. So it's known as Ben's Beach, really, because it turns out that he owns the beach. His family have owned the beach for hundreds of years, and he just lives there as a kind of lives there in this shack, picking up driftwood and things that wash up on the beach.
And you brought your prop from the detectorists.
There's my metal detector. I actually went metal detecting on Ben's Beach and found a few coins and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, that was great fun. And so seen from the exact spot. It's Peter Capaldi is the guy on the right, very young Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
So he's the Scottish representative of the oil company. And then the guy on left, there's Burt Lancaster who flies in towards the end of the film and has a few scenes there as well. And there's the shack, and Fulton Mackay sat in front of it. So we went there. We spent an afternoon just like sat on a blanket there and. Fantastic. And obviously, if you're on a beach, you've got to take some shorts.
This wouldn't be a White House, would it? If we didn't have a Star Wars figure somewhere. Yeah.
It's got to be a Star Wars figure along. It's a beautiful beach.
It's a beautiful place. It really is.
It's a wonderful location. Absolutely beautiful.
So whereabouts in Scotland is this?
It's up on the west coast. If you go to the name's gone. If you get the Harry Potter train, it takes you up to a place called Mallaig, and it's near there. It's just up on that, just before Skye. Well, you know Skye, don't you, Shabby? So
I do. I used to live up the Isle of Skye. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So it's just across. It's just across from the south of Skye, on the mainland.
So that's the actual. Right.
And it's another one of these wonderful, sweet, warm-hearted films. It's kind of like
now this one I might watch. I'm just going to write this down. Local Hero.
Watch this movie because you'll love it and you'll be heartbroken by it at the end and. Got fantastic. Everyone knows the
Dennis Lawson as well.
Dennis Lawson. There's the Star Wars connection. You've got Dennis Lawson, and he owns the pub, but he's also the local lawyer. So he's trying to get the best deal. The thing is, the people that live there are really desperate to sell. They're going to get like £1 million for each of them are going to get £1 million for selling up. But then they fall in love with it, and everything changes. So it's a really, really, really brilliant film, sweet film.
Have you seen it, Connor?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen this one.
Oh, please find it and watch it.
No, I'll have to. With a serious recommendation from you, it certainly would. Yeah,
fantastic. So we found as many of the locations as we could. There's a few other places nearby that we could find and enjoy. But yeah, it's just a beautiful location.
It makes you want to go and spend the weekend with White House, doesn't it, Connor? You don't know where you're gonna go. He really is Indiana Jones, isn't he? Really, look at it; it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I've been up there. I think we've stayed there. I've stayed there 3 times now in around the area, and it's just you can walk along the coast. There's beautiful locks inland. I used it as a base there when I went and climbed Ben Nevis, so it's a beautiful location.
But again, is it because you'd seen this film and you thought, you know what, I'm going to...
It was. We'd seen the film, we loved the film, we watched the film every year, and we were travelling up, we were actually going to the Outer Hebrides for Steph's 50th birthday, and we were looking at routes, and we found this route that took us up the west coast, got a ferry to Skye, and we drove.
I'll just correct you about that. You mean Steph's 25th birthday?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, that was the one. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. Yeah. not many years ago.
Rob says right here, it's a lovely Sunday afternoon film. He loved it. So Rob's a big fan of it too.
Yeah. So now we always watch it when we're in Scotland. We always take it away with us, take the DVD away, and we always watch it wherever we are, because it just speaks to us of Scotland and everything that we love. Because this guy falls in love with Scotland. This guy from Texas, I think he's based in Dallas or something. You know, he falls in love with this quiet Scottish hamlet by the sea, and it's a wonderful film. Really, really sweet film.
Awesome. Well, there's your number 3s. Let's get to your number 2s. Scott, I'm going to start with you. Now, this is an impressive number 2. I've got to be honest. When you sent me these pictures, I thought this is pretty cool. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, this
is wow.
We're still in Scotland. Well, we're on Alderney. This is the Alderney base from Andor, and it's actually the Cruachan Dam, which again is on the west coast near Fort William. So that was somewhere. Obviously, I'd seen it in the show and absolutely was determined I would go there. And so that was 2 or 3 years ago, and that was just absolutely brilliant. That location where that sign is exactly where the Empire have got a turret, and there's a guy, you know.
Martin, I thought this should have been number 1. Yeah. I know, Mr. V. Wait to see some of these pictures, and I love this because when you first sending them, I didn't get it up here where it is, and I'm like, have I been there? And I didn't realise what it was. Just unbelievable.
But like, I mean, such a cool location for it. Like, that is the set. You know, didn't need to add to it or build anything. It's just so overpowering looking. Phenomenal.
It's awesome, and apparently one of the reasons they picked it is because they felt that the grill, like those grills on the front, reminded them of the grills on Darth Vader's helmet. And that was one of the reasons that they picked it. That there's something Vader-like about it. I'd not sort of seen that originally, but absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Obviously, they embellish it with a bit of CGI, but you know, it's a really striking.
Well, that's the thing. You've just hit the thing, Scott, about CGI. Sometimes when you look at I would never think like it because there's so much CGI. You don't know what's real and what isn't. Exactly. So I would never assume that this was a real place. You know.
Yeah. You're just walking onto the set. Really, it's just absolutely amazing, and there was nobody there. We just had complete free reign.
Look at that.
Wandered
it
around.
Looks. Is it as big as it looks, Scott? As well.
Oh, it's bigger. It's bigger than it looks. Really, you know, when you get down against those, you know, inside those, you know, you're looking up, and it's absolutely enormous. Absolutely enormous.
Like on the one hand, it's a big, imposing, powerful structure, but then where you see those legs just going in, it's tied into the land. That it's stunning looking. It's just breathtaking. Oh wow!
Look, so you get the aspect there because you're not a small guy, Scott.
That's me down there. Yeah.
Wow. It's accessible as well, Scott. So you can just.
It was a bit of a walk. Yeah, you park in a little village. There's a road that goes down where that sign was. The photo next to the sign. There's a road that winds down, and it was probably. It may have been as much as 2 miles, but that was about it. And obviously the crew, that was the way the crew got in every day. They would have come up that road, and there's a scene of when they're marching in disguise as Imperial troopers, and that's on that bit of the road there.
Does Martin know you've been here?
Yeah. Martin knows.
Because I bet he'd love to go here, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'd love to take him there sometime. Yeah, absolutely. He'd love it. It's amazing.
Well, next time he goes to Barnsley, it's only up the road.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
I don't know, another 2.5 hours. It'll be fine.
Probably about another 5 hours or something, but yeah.
It's a beautiful, and the thing is about it, now I've seen these pictures, Connor, and you've obviously watched the TV show, it's there. They haven't added much to it, have they?
No, that's what I mean. That's the set. And again, you can see it's beautiful because it's industrial looking. It's real old 70s British industrial concrete look about it.
Yeah.
But it's tied into the land as well. Even if you go back to that last picture, the way it's just tied into the land. It just kind of sits in with the land. So it's kind of it's kind of mixed. It's imposing, but natural as well. It's just phenomenal set. And I was a big fan. I just loved Andor. So
I did. I was a massive fan of that. Yeah, yeah.
That's definitely somewhere I'd love to go. Brilliant location.
Scott wore the T-shirt of the band he went to see, Andor. Oh, there you go, Martin. I'd 100% love to go. There you are. Well, that's if Scott invites you or not.
Yeah,
You never. I've seen a Star Wars location. It was Canary Wharf. Yeah, that was used in Rogue One. You're exactly right.
Yeah,
Pams,
that's right. Yeah.
I don't recall that sheep. Do you not remember that part, Jono?
Aldani sheep.
It's a space sheep. Oh, brilliant. It's one of those Jedi sheep. Absolutely brilliant. Look at it. I mean, so who's this you went with?
Oh, that's my friend Ian. Yeah, he came along as well. So
yeah, look at it. And how long does it stretch across for? Is it about half a mile?
Oh no, not that far. No, probably. What would it be? A couple of 100 meters, maybe. I suppose.
Wow,
that's
like
cool.
Perfect.
Really cool. Yeah,
he had to go. The only figure that fits in with it, really, technically. Yeah.
What does your wife say when you take your figures and do this? Does she go, "Oh, here he goes again," or is she all right?
Yeah, she's pretty very kind about it. But there's a few shots from Andor, I think, so you can just kind of see it.
Just ties in. Wow.
Yeah. That's where the sign is that I was stood next to, and then it's a turret. So it's absolutely amazing. I think for a while there were people you would look on the internet trying to find the location. And for a while, people were walking through because there's a public footpath through there, and parts of the set were still there. So they would say, "Oh, that turret's still there." So I wasn't quite sure what we'd find when we got there, if anything would be remaining. Sadly, not. But that would have been cool.
Yeah, because I remember they filmed at a couple of in Andor where Sai was, and DTM, Tez, and Sai went, didn't they? And on the ocean.
Somewhere it's just up the coast from Blackpool.
Yeah, it's Blackpool and it's Cleveland's next door, so it's 10 minutes from Blackpool. So Sai and DTM and Tez went, didn't they, and took those pictures. They were pretty cool. VTR says, "I hope it's tied to the land, otherwise it wouldn't be a good dam." John, I was like, somehow I don't think that dam's going anywhere, Dave.
Not for a while.
Did your friend think you were off taking pictures of your figs, or does he collect as well?
He doesn't collect. No, not at all. But again, they just put up with it.
There you go. When going to people, because you must take action figures if you can. Yeah, definitely, that makes sense. Definitely. Yeah, because the figures do it.
Like the architecture of that turret is so imperial. Like you looking at it, you know straight away it's Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you just plonk that beside the dam that's already. I know there's a little bit of CGI, but it just ties in. It's an imperial location. Then it's just got it all. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just perfect. And there it is. There, you've just seen those imperial troops running along there, and then you stood there. It's just crazy. You feel you're on a film set.
Well, that's one of the nicest things that Andor did. It did locations, so you can go to these places, and I think that, especially as pop culture fans as we are, we love doing that sort of stuff, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely, love it.
Wow,
the start of the rebellion.
Oh, so there's that pathway you were talking about, Scott.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the road. Just comes round to where that sign, the dam is.
That's awesome.
It's awesome, isn't it?
So good. It is so cool.
And there's like a spot where he gets out his macro binoculars because he sees a fire up on the hill.
Yeah.
In one of the episodes, and I was just like, "That's the spot." So I climbed over this gate and stood there and pretended to look through binoculars.
In action pose right there.
happy as Larry being there.
Just beautiful.
Absolutely.
I need a Scott Whitehouse figure.
Yeah, I remember this. That's where all the locals, the natives, went, didn't they?
That's it. Just down there. Oh, we spent ages trying to find the location where, because there's kind of like it's not a stone circle, but kind of like a stone temple. You could not find out. I was looking at photos from the episodes of the rocks. There's a speeder bike parked there in the show. They've kind of hidden that door with another more imperial looking door, but there's just a speeder bike parked there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, couldn't quite find the location of the temple, but it was obviously they cleared everything so well.
Yeah.
Do you like going to film locations, Conor? Is it something you do? You know, like if this was round the corner for you, would you? Oh, you know what I mean? Or your favourite movie? Would you like to go and visit it?
I'd 100% go to that if I had the opportunity. Absolutely. Being such a big Andor fan, for when it comes to Dublin, I suppose there's been a lot of stuff shot here, but you walk by it every day. This again, just they're all buildings that we're just familiar with, so you kind of just walk by them. Like, I mean, where I get the bus home, I think I can think of maybe 2 or 3 films that was the location of them. So yeah, you just kind of take for granted. So to do what Scott does is just take a minute to go to these places and take it in. Like, that's something worth doing. Would love to do more of that.
I think that's what it is as well, though. Somewhere like that is basically it's it looks just like it. Do you know what I mean? So you know exactly where you are, and
you're essentially there, and it's not surrounded by people. It's not like when they clear a street in a film or something. You know, you're going somewhere, and it's just as it was. It's like you're on Aldani and you've just got up early because there's no You know, it just feels. I tried to work out why it is I quite enjoy doing it, and I think it's because I like going to historic places, and so in a sense, it's an extension of that.
Yeah,
places are sort of historic places as well, but just film history. I think that's kind of where it comes from.
I suppose it's just another way of us immersing ourselves into the movie or the story, like what we do, collecting the stuff. So it's that immersion into that world that we're probably all chasing one way or another. So I
agree. Scott and I were taking action figure pics in the Peak District while both Stephs were pretending not to be with us. Are you with him? No. Brilliant, Martin. Some of the locations were in London as well. Yeah. There was also a set for Andor in Marlow, which is just down the road from me. I can't remember the name of the place in Andor, but it was the place that was made of red brick, and they had a riot there. Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah. There you go, yeah. They set that in Cleveland's was Ace Good Memories. And yeah, I remember our sign, DTM and Ted sent me the pictures for that, and that looked awesome. I was going to take some winter pics of my Hoff figs, but I was worried about losing the figures in the snow. Yeah.
I know you have to wait 2 months for them to melt to get them back.
Did you know that G-Force Racing has a Scott Whitehouse minifig? Did you know that?
Yes, G-Force Racing has got a whole collection of minifigs for everybody he knows. He's awesome collection.
Scott figured just get a George Lucas figure and add more. Charming George. It is obvious. I'd be told off. I didn't know. I'd be told off. We had brilliant fun finding For Your Eyes. Oh, that's right. Do you remember VTR sending us all those pictures in there?
Yeah.
In Corfu last year. Yeah. I read it is cool. Like, it must, especially a film that you love or a TV show that you love. Massively take for granted what's on your doorstep. I regularly make sure I do hikes and walks around where I live. I think you're right. Because look at where I live, and I've not even done half of it. My wife says there's 2 lakes behind us. Is there? I took an Ewok to the Red Forest. I feel like I was not the first to do it. I've been to the Redwoods. I've been there.
Oh wow,
I've been to the Redwoods,
that's a location.
Oppie, when they were and it's funny as well, Connor, because obviously it's years after, but it looks exactly like it. You know, the reds and the orange that's in there, and so it's just a beautiful place. Oppie, when they were filming, they had to warn locals about the explosions and not to panic. Oh, brilliant. Your number 2, buddy, is right here. Look at this.
So was my number 2. Oh yeah. So again, it was one of my favorite figures. I just absolutely loved Airborne. He came with a helmet, a backpack, but he also came with an M16, which was just the coolest of accessories. This was in every TV show. But not only was it an M16, it also had a bayonet on it, which made it even more cooler. So loved it. This guy's a Native American. His backstory was cool. So when they were doing the classified version, I was so excited about it. One letdown is I didn't like the weapon they gave him, so I ended up having to track down a proper M16 with a bayonet and paint it up for him. So that's an addition. But again, just he was nearly one of the first figures I'd grab when I was running out to play in the sandpit or at the front garden. To get him in a modern version, the colours, they kept the colours very the same, so I wasn't sure how they were going to get that kind of marine blue in. They just darkened it up. So absolutely love him. He's kind of got the ropes on him then from where he'd used the parachute.
Yeah.
I honestly, this was one of my favorite figures. He was often the hero in whatever game I was playing, so just loved getting the 6-inch version of him to add into my collection. So
he looks super cool. Yeah, he does.
It's just awesome figure. I think as well, I don't like these kind of half boots. I don't mind them on the vintage figures, but the modern figures. But when they kind of gave him the longer trousers, I just love that look of a figure. So, again, probably one that doesn't need a retro line. It's close enough, but it was kind of modern enough to tick those boxes for me as well. So
this is the vintage one right here, and it more or less, you're exactly right. It doesn't really, because if I go back to the other one, it doesn't really need a vintage. They're more or less the same, don't they? These.
Yeah, they kind of just got everything in there from that was on the vintage figure. But I think it was just having that M16 with a figure, because that's what you'd see the guys on the TV show or war movies using. That was just that sold that figure for me. So
you see, that's what I'm thinking of doing. You see, Conor, with my retros, is getting the vintage one to go in front of it. So that's an awesome picture. I love that.
Yeah. So again, just that was one of my favorite figures. Just absolutely loved it. Again, the just playing with that guy, just you could go anywhere with your imagination. And I remember we were sitting at the NEC having dinner. I was sitting with Stu, Georgie, and Dario, and myself and Dario were talking about we'd watch an old World War II film, that be on TV. And the next thing you know, the next day you'd be getting up and putting out your action figures and recreating it. So I just absolutely loved that figure. Just allowed that just explosion of fun and thought to flow. So that's my number 2.
Are you getting involved in the vehicles in these lines? Because I know you pick up the vintage and you pick up the classifieds, but are you getting involved in vintage as well? I mean, in vehicles as well, Conor? So,
yeah, I buy the vehicles for the figures, if that makes sense. So, it's so I'm not a big vehicle guy. So, for me to go and pick up the Devilfish was a rarity, because I it's the figures I love. I just love the figures, but I had to buy the Stinger to get the Stinger driver. I had to buy the Vamp to get clutch. I still have them all boxed. I haven't opened them yet. So I've got the Stinger here. I've got the Swamp Skier there. I opened the Vamp recently. I have it on the table there behind me, because I just wanted to get out and have a look at clutch and get him out. So I have the Dragonfly. It's in my attic. I still haven't opened it yet. And I got, I had to back that because I wanted the figures that come with it. And now here I am waiting for what's his name? In the retro line is oh my god, I can't think of his name. Wild Bill is about to be delivered in the next 2 weeks, so it'll be my second Wild Bill, and I still haven't opened up the first one yet.
It was funny that, because I always go to Joe Fest looking for a vintage figure, and this year was Wild Bill, and I got there and Rob's Retro gave it me. Rob said he got me one, and he also got me the Sergeant Slaughter with the T-mobile, his T thing. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
thought, what a nice gift that Rob did for me. So yeah, I do like picking them up. But I was talking to Jeff Bark yesterday about the Dragonfly. So so I'm the same thing. You get the figure, don't you? Think, maybe I should go for the figure.
That's I don't know. That's something maybe when I'm waiting to get this room sorted. I had an electrician out on last Friday. I just need a bit of work done, and then I'm going to put shelves. So hopefully, once I get there, I don't know, in a couple of months or so, I can maybe start opening up some of the vehicles, and I can finally get my Dragonfly out and open it up my figures.
What about you, Scott? When you get figures or whatever, is it like them Star Wars figures? Do you have to get the vehicles when you have to get them, or?
Yeah, mostly.
No, zero hesitation.
Do you see his face? I thought, hang on, he's my wife watching. Yeah.
I'm trying to be pickier. I'm trying to be pickier with what I get and be more discerning. Only going for what I really, really want. But yes.
Yeah.
You know, like when Darth Vader's TIE Fighter came out, you know,
gotta have to get it.
And
there's certain vehicles like that you just have to get hold of.
Yeah, for me that gave me a chance to keep one carded, the figure as well. I don't keep many figures carded, but it's such a brilliant card back.
Yeah.
And I got plenty of Darth Vaders, so I thought, right, I can keep him carded as well. So that kind of was quite nice, and that one's on display now as well. So that's so. But yeah, most vehicles, I mean, with Star Wars with Vintage Collection, it's vehicles or play sets, and I suppose that's kind of interchangeable, you know. So if it's corridors and things like that, they're really useful for photography.
Yeah, the modular kind of things. Yeah, they're pretty straightforward.
Like that, like the
There's a guy on YouTube called Dazbot. I don't know whether you know who he is, and he makes his own 3D play sets, and he's made the whole Death Star. And every couple of weeks he adds extra, and it's all modular, so it's all added. And it's absolutely.
Oh, he done the meeting room. Is that
he's done the meeting. That was his latest one, the meeting room.
Yeah, well,
and what he does is he's so talented the way he does it, and you can add it on, so you can. It's starting to look huge. This thing, do you see what I mean?
It out.
But you can take out walls and stuff, and he did that deliberately. His whole concept at the time was toyetic. You got to play with it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just fascinating, adding lights to it and so forth. Fun fact about Airborne: he was the second pilot for the Dragonfly, but his name isn't on the box because instead it's the designer of the Dragonfly.
Did you know and Airborne got a bum deal in the cartoon. I think he might have appeared once or twice, but he was never a big character in the cartoon. And I was kind of always really disappointed about that we didn't get more of him.
Awesome. Fun fact, I've just read that. Tolly Taylor's Retro Hunters are here. Good morning, Dean. Nice to see you up and running. Right, well, we've got all the way through. Let's get to number ones. First of all, I'd like to say we've had up nearly 50 people here tonight. So thank you all so much. The support you've given me and the guests all the way through season 3 of Top 5 has been absolutely fantastic. So thank you both, you know what I mean, for coming on, and thank you a lot in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, thank you all. It means a lot to me. It really does that you come in and you spend time with us. I really appreciate it. Vintage Toy Rush says Dragonfly is a fantastic vehicle. I was lucky to be gifted one by Scuba. I have a soft spot for copters as my dad built and flew RC helicopters when he retired. Yeah, I remember you saying that, VTR. Hi, Matt's Collection. Nice to see you. Let's just get down here a little bit. Just in time to get here for the number ones. Well, you're here for number ones, and this is Connor's number one. Right here. Snake Eyes.
Snake. So, Airborne, one of my favorites. This Snake Eyes blew my mind as a kid, and absolutely loved this figure. I was actually the only one on my road to have this figure as well, which put me in a unique position for playtime because everyone wanted to have a go at Snake Eyes. So, he was just a cool backstory. He was a ninja, but he also had an Uzi, and you know that everything in the 80s was
as most ninjas did. You know
cool with an Uzi. He also came then with his wolf Timber. So
it wasn't just him in the 80s. My mum went to Fine Fair with her Uzi. Do you know what I mean? Everybody had an Uzi. Yeah, it was
you couldn't go to Tesco unless you were packing an Uzi. You
couldn't get into Tesco without one.
But
this is a cool figure, though. It really
is.
Yeah,
it really was. And out of all the ones that came out and classified, didn't like them, wasn't happy with them. Just there was something missing and everything else. I did like the one they done the retro, the Commando one. I liked the body of that, but I couldn't swap the head with my classified one because it was a different peg. And the Heel of the Hunt, they did this version, which was the Arctic Snake Eyes. And for some reason, some people didn't like it. I absolutely loved this figure. I don't know whether it's just the olive kind of drab on him against the black, but they gave him the silver visor on his helmet, the touches of grey. This blew my mind, so I ran out and grabbed this. I just absolutely loved the look of this figure. So, again, some people didn't like him or weren't fond of him. I loved it. And on top of that, they gave us a white Timber. So the previous version
I remember this box, yeah, I remember this.
So, like, I mean, you know, that's white, just exactly like the vintage one. So, you know, he got a scar. He gets 2 heads. I always keep the angle on him. So, this was probably one of my favorite classified figures at the time when it came out because it kind of, for me, embodied what a modernized Snake Eyes should look like. So, that's my number one. Is love Snake Eyes. Wasn't happy with a lot of. I think they've done 5 or 6 versions of them. There's a desert version, there's a ninja version, but that was the one that really just, when I got it in hand, because they've done a Fortnite version, and I pre-ordered it, and I had to buy them from the UK, and when it came, I was so disappointed because the pictures they showed on their stream it had like a very matte look about it, and it kind of had grey kind of inserts around them on the black. I just loved the look of it. And when it came, it was just a simple repaint of the previous one, and it was so glossy and shiny. I just didn't enjoy it. I was really disappointed with that figure. So then they followed up with this guy then a while later, this Arctic version. I absolutely love it. I think the splashes of green make them fit in great as well with the kind of original 13 figures that they've been doing, the all green kind of characters. So yeah, that's my number one. Love Snake Eyes, love the character, and this is my pinnacle modernized version of it.
Fantastic. Do you know, it's funny as well, because I was talking about the retro cardage before, Connor. That's the only one I'm missing besides Zartan. So I thought I'll pick him up at Joe Fest. I'll pick him up. And they had him at Joe Fest. And the cheapest one at Joe Fest was $175.
Wow.
The cheapest one. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
crazy.
It's just such an iconic look, though, isn't it? That, I mean, even that one there. I remember this came in the blue box, isn't it? The 2-pack one. It was the windowless box.
Yeah. And actually, I think this one might have ended up on sale eventually. I think people were getting it a bit cheaper later on. It just didn't. It's probably because it was a double pack was a bit more expensive. But actually, now that I'm looking at that, I can see his knife is missing out of his sheet. That's going to irritate me. I didn't notice that area. I have to go to my Tobin route. But anyway, yeah, look, it's such an iconic character. Everybody loves Snake Eyes. He's just, he's such a cool.
Although the movie was bad, wasn't it? Let's be honest. I couldn't get into that movie. I turned it off halfway through. Connor.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
I want to like it. I tried to like it, but I did my best.
It was. I think it was just one of those things. Like once you start changing the lore of a character that much, you're a bit like, you know, because I mean, I know in the Retaliation movie they gave him lips, they gave him an actual face on his mask, and I thought I can live with that. But when I saw that recent Snake Eyes movie, I thought,
no, I think they went too far out for the Lord as well. So
bad,
just before you move off, my number one, I have up there behind me. The last time I appeared on Top 5, my number one was my Palatoy X-Wing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but it wasn't complete at the time because in between moving and getting it down for the stream, I lost one of the cannons, and it drove me crazy. And I reached out to some of the lads in the chat. They were going to Echo, and I said, guys, if anyone sees an X-Wing cannon, can you pick me up one? Scott Whitehouse messaged me pretty quickly back and said, you know what, Connor, all I've got left of my childhood X-Wing is one of my cannons, so I'd love you to have it. And lo and behold, we met up at the NEC. Scott gave me the cannon, so my childhood X-Wing is now complete again, and it has a cannon from Scott's childhood X-Wing. So a big thank you to Scott for that.
And that probably means more to you, that as well, doesn't it?
I think it's so cool that that's what we both had as a child, and now there's a part of Scott on mine. So really,
I remember you phoning me and saying, Shabby, that bastard charged me 80 euros. Oh, that was awesome of you, man. But isn't it funny little things like that, though, don't they? If it's not complete, like my Endor Village, I've never finished it, and it's up there, and I don't look at it because if I do, I get irritated by it. Like you just said with the dagger missing on that Snake Eyes. But
well, I have it. It just wasn't in it, so it's going to annoy me now. I'll have to put it back together.
You have to put it back in.
I have them all baggied off and together.
So finish off that story, Scott. You saw that and thought, I've got one of them, or
I thought I've got it. I'd not long previously been rummaging through, all my bits and pieces of my vintage Kenner stuff.
Yeah,
and I just remembered it was there. I thought, well, what better way for it to find a home than with someone who I know is going to appreciate it and it's going to complete something. That's far better than me just hanging on to it and going, yes, I remember I had that. Now I know where it is. And it will be treasured, And
well, you've got that story too. That's the thing, you know where it is,
So just the fact that was my top, that was my number one the last time, and I'm with Scott in this. I just wanted to take that opportunity to say thanks, and I'm hugely indebted to you.
You're so welcome, mate.
So
You're so welcome.
Connor, a great choice for number one, says Mr. Berry. I have the highest graded carded and loose figure by the UKG.
You do,
They're bloody glorious, but I'm very much like you, a big fan of Snake. It's just a cool figure, though, isn't it? All black. Do you know what I mean? There's something. And then he says V2 version is by far. Is that the one that's got the swivel arms on the? Is that what he means by V2?
So that's V2, because the first one, the version one was looks like the. Do you remember the Stalker? He was the driver with the. Oh, what's the Jeep called in Action Force? The black and yellow Jeep. He was the driver with that. He was the first version of Snake Eyes was that figure. So this was version 2. So yeah, this was. I totally would agree with Adam there. Version 2 Snake Eyes is definitely the one for me.
I remember telling you about that Fortnite figure. Talk about fault.
Oh, I was livid. I was like an antichrist.
You know what? Matt's collection makes a good point here, doesn't he, Scott and Connor? Snake Eyes sounds like more like the G.I. Joe version of Boba Fett, which it was really in a way.
Yeah, that's the one character that everyone. I suppose it's the one character that they've redone so many times, just like Boba Fett in Star Wars.
Yeah, it did go down here. You're right there. Now you've said that. Yeah, I remember that. Snake Eyes actually did stuff, Matt. See, Boba Fett just looked cool. Hey, Johnny boy, actually, nice to see you. Hey, all. Hey, John, you just did a stream yesterday, didn't you? I was playing TJC's game and I saw it afterwards. So,
no, it's a modern one, but that was a present from Luke. Luke Reynolds gave me that and a Storm Shadow that he had, so kept those carded because they were a gift. So absolutely loved them. So just love Snake Eyes. So that was a cool gift from Luke.
Yeah, that's the V2 Connor showing, right? That's the best one. Got it. Great Snake Eyes. And Timber says, Sags, your lordship, Sags, do you legally change your branding to accommodate your new title? Always thought it was funny when cover. I just found a vintage cover girl and she was mint condition too. And Snake Eyes and Timber brings them back. She knows the dog's name somehow. Oh, yeah. Snake Eyes doesn't speak, and the dog obviously didn't tell her. If that dog talked, I'd be. So how did she know the dog was called Timber?
Dog tags.
They are. Yeah. Timber is the dog version of the same Rex, John. She was just guessing. Oh, brilliant. Your number one right here, Children of the Stone.
Oh, that show.
Yes. So my final place is the village and the stone circle at Avebury in Wiltshire, where they filmed the Children of the Stones TV series that a lot of us might remember. Probably on.
I don't remember it at all. When was this? 70s?
It was made in the late 70s, but so most of us would have seen it on repeat, I suppose, in the 80s at some point. So there's the henge and the village. So the stone circle and the henge has been there for about 5,000 years. Then the
so that was what I was going to ask you when you sent me these pictures. They weren't props. This is an actual place. And
that's real. That's Avebury henge, and there's stones all around the inside of that.
That looks cool.
Wow.
And then you can see the village of Avebury kind of like stretching out from within the circle, and there's like a pub and all sorts inside the circle, and then the village kind of expands outside of it. And it's all part of a much wider Neolithic landscape.
Can you imagine though, if you just met a girl and you were taking her back to your house, she'd shit herself, wouldn't you? Where's he taking me? Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of the story of the show Children of the Stones. A dad and his son go to work there, and
Here we go. Watch this for an intro here. Look.
Is this brilliant?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, brilliant.
And that's the moment from the original show. So that's Gareth Thomas gets electrocuted by the Stones.
So what was the actual show about, Scott? What was it about?
Well, he turns up. He's a professor. He turns up with his son to stay in the village, to work in the village, and they basically become trapped because there's some kind of magic that holds them there, and only the kids can work out. Because it's kind of a kids program, but you know how kids programs in the 70s and 80s were really quite scary at times.
Yeah, like Chucky.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a really scary soundtrack. Some really sinister goings on. Essentially, people just keep being kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they're kind of being taken over by the magic of the stone circle. So it's set in it's called Milbury, I think, in the series, only thinly disguised Avebury. But of course, you've got this wonderful set that you can use and film a lot of shots around.
It's funny because you hear about Stonehenge a lot, and that's the most iconic. But I've never even heard of this place.
Yeah, it's about 25 miles north of Stonehenge, and it's far more interesting because you can walk around amongst it. It's a huge area. There's a big stone avenue. There's a long barrow. It's just a really beautiful landscape. Again, I keep saying that about a lot of these places, but they're great places to go and walk and explore. But then because of that, they filmed TV and there as well.
John would fit right in, wouldn't he? Look, the blind and bearded old man of the woods. Yeah, maybe you should move there, John. We've got a place for
I watched a documentary recently on Stonehenge, and they were talking about there's some theorizing now that it was much bigger area. Like there was a whole civilization. It wasn't just Stonehenge. There was a whole Neolithic civilization surrounding it. That there was multiple of these sort of habitations, and outside of that, then you'd have smaller communities.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
they think nearby. They think Stonehenge was connected with like funeral rites and the sunset and sunrise, midwinter and midsummer. But nearby, a place called Durrington Walls is like this massive place where hundreds of people gathered and feasting. There's loads of evidence of feasting of pigs and cattle being killed and butchered and all this. So it seems like this huge ritual landscape. And obviously, Avebury's only 25 miles north, and this is a huge, massive complex of stones as well. These are tons. These are multiple tons. These stones.
The thing is, though, anyone over here that's watching in the States, they're going to look at this. No one lives in England. Everywhere looks just like this. Do you know what I mean? It's like, where's the city? Do you know what I mean?
Me exploring all the time.
Rob Upper says, if anyone watches Rose Tinted Spectrum, he's just done a brilliant review of Children of the Stones. I'll give it a try.
Okay, I'll look for that.
Gareth Thomas, just before he became Blake
That's
from
right.
Blake 7, was in it.
Yeah, that's
Oscar
right.
nomination incoming. That's your video. We'll add you to Desi's and Martin's and Adam's Oscar thing. We'll add you to it.
Definitely. Thank you.
Kids were dark as hell back in. They were to take.
Oh, some of those BBC shows used to frighten the Jesus out of me. And even the intro music to this was creepy as hell.
Even things like Rent-A-Ghost, even that was a bit like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
did Merlin move those stones, or was it? Were there an army of the gods could turn into stone?
Well, I mean, those are all the sorts of legends that have happened over time. So in a sense, people do in the show Children of the Stones. People do get turned into the stones as well. So yeah,
it's a fabulous place. It really is.
I bet it isn't now. And this is from a different. There's another ghost story for Christmas called Stigma. Which is also filmed in Avebury the same year, strangely, and that's a really weird, creepy story about a woman who inexplicably starts bleeding, and her husband's played by Peter Bowles. British people will remember Peter Bowles from The Man of Bourne, but yeah.
Oh yeah, from The Man of Bourne.
Yeah,
look at that. That's super cool.
Yeah, the church features in the Children of the Stones series, and it's a beautiful spot. That's just on the outside of the circle, actually.
You know what? I think that's a Tub Thumpers thumbnail for next season. That one, definitely. Do you know what I mean? That sums up you, White House, more than any picture you've shown. That really does. Brilliant picture. So these rocks are big. Then they're not small.
Absolutely. You're talking, I don't know, 50 tons or something. That is. It's absolutely enormous. That one's got a legend. It's called the Swindon Stone, and apparently at night it gets up and crosses the road. So you've got to be careful when you're driving.
So does this have the same mythological thing as Stonehenge does, where the rocks are from there, or they don't know where they're from, or
Yeah, well, these are mostly Wiltshire is absolutely littered with these stones, and they're all deposited in the Ice Age. Whereas Stonehenge, it's got the ones that were brought from South Wales as well as local. They call them sarsens.
They're the blue stones, are they, in Stonehenge?
That's right. Yeah. They're the ones that came from somewhere in South Wales, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moondale.
Because you can actually visit the site where they cut them from. You can still see the. Yeah.
So Scott is saying Stonehenge was the first takeaway shop. Oh, brilliant. It's brilliant. So I just did a stream where I opened them all, didn't think of the time, just went live, got them. Oh, yeah, John did a thing yesterday, didn't he? And we were all like, where's John? And then we realised he was bloody streaming on the channel. Actually, all those stones are landing pods for UFOs, the ones piloted by the aliens that invented posting. The iconic 6-ton altar stone at the heart of Stonehenge came all the way from Scotland. 6 tons. Must have cost a fortune to post that. Scott needs to take Des up there so he can lean on all those stones. Absolutely.
There's
brilliant.
a few of them need propping up.
It's a cool place, man. It really is.
It's a wonderful place. It's one of these places quite magical to go to. You know, it's really interesting. It's otherworldly. You feel you're somewhere else. You know, it connects you to 5,000 years of history.
Yeah,
and that's quite a remarkable feeling, I guess.
Do you get the thing as well, Scott and Connor, where sometimes the weather depends on how. I remember we live right close to Pendle Hill in England. You know what I mean? It's what haunted and all that. And when you go in the winter and it's all foggy and it's dark, and it gives it more of a different vibe than it does. Definitely. Do you find that, Scott, going to all these places, that depending on the weather, the vibe you get from the place?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was talking about Hadrian's Wall earlier, the one time we were there and this fog bank kind of just came along the wall and kind of followed us, and that was really eerie. And then you'd be there on a bright sunny day or in the pouring rain. Definitely makes a difference.
Look at that. Is that where King Arthur died? No.
I don't think so, John.
No. Yeah, Claire delivered it. Aslan the lion was killed there. Oh, brilliant. Didn't he shoot an arrow out of a window of a castle church, whatever, and it landed where he wanted to be buried?
That's Robin Hood. John, where's your history from? He's deliberately winding me up.
Well, look at JT, same as Scott. I think that's Robin Hood, John. I think that's Robin Hood. 5,000 years of history. Earth's not even that old. Look at him. Brilliant. Oh yeah, it makes up King Arthur in Robin Hodo. Robin Hodo! Absolutely fantastic. So what's this here? The skull, is this part of the TV show?
I mean, that's in the series Stigma. This woman starts this strange bleeding that this woman happens the moment they lift a stone and they find a skeleton under it, and that's the skull. And it kind of, obviously, in the story, it's released some evil spirit, and she kind of inexplicably bleeds to death.
Oh God!
Sounds lovely, Scott.
It's a grim story. It's a grim story.
I'll say to my wife, I've got something for us to watch. She'll be like,
No, don't.
Wow.
So that's just another view of the bank. So they dug this enormous ditch and made this enormous bank, and we're only seeing like the half of it now. It was so much higher and so much deeper at the time. It's silted up over 5,000 years, but you get an idea. You see a sheep there next to.
Yeah, it's called Des. Look at it leaning. Des the sheep.
Des the sheep is there.
Brilliant picture. Brilliant. What's that then behind you?
That's called Silbury Hill. It's the largest man-made mound or hill in the whole of Western Europe, and people built it. No one's really sure why. But they built it, and that's the West Kennet long barrow, this fantastic long barrow, and that features in Children of the Stones as well. What's his name? Toby Jones's dad. I forget his name's gone out of my head. He lives in there in the story. But you can walk inside there. You can stand up and walk straight inside there.
So that's where you are there on that picture.
That's where I'm inside. Yeah, and that's 5,500 years old. That's when construction on that began. So it's just, these places are just sort of quite remarkable. Really. And there's kids looking at gas. That's Children of the Stones again. That's the sort of.
No, that's the viewers watching ZSR on Friday. Look at that.
Matt's not won again. They're saying.
Children of the Stones, all 7 episodes, right? So it says, and was it just the one season thing? Was it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, just 7 very creepy episodes.
I might have to find this as well.
Yeah, it's worth it. I think you'll find it on YouTube. I think.
Just even listen to the theme tune before you go to bed. You won't sleep. You will not sleep.
Yeah. I remember that actor. What was he called? That's
Peter Bowles.
That's Peter Bowles. That's him. Yeah.
They're a bit muddled up, but it doesn't matter. A few. So yeah, it's an incredible place. It really is well worth.
It really is.
If you're in the area, go and have a look. It's well worth it.
Oh, that's all. So that's going into that place. It's 5,500 years old.
Yeah, you go right inside there. More shots from the show, I think.
So why would you put these of all the places that you've shown?
Another cool location.
Why is this one your number one?
Well, I first went there about 25 years ago, and I don't think, apart from probably COVID, probably 2020, probably is the only year I haven't been back. And there's just something about it. There's something magical, mystical. I don't know what it is. There's something that draws me back there. I'm not religious at all. It's not something like that. But it's just
you just fall in love with these places, basically.
You do, yeah. There's just something absolutely remarkable. I think it's because I find it's so much better than Stonehenge because you can walk amongst it. You can walk in the landscape, and it's the same landscape that people 5,000 years ago could see and were exploring and were living in. And we don't know anything about them because there's just this. There's no writing. They didn't write anything and leave us any written. Just the archaeology, and we don't really know what they were doing. We don't really know why they built them. A huge amount of effort to build them, just for some idiot to do that 5,000 years later. But so
I can imagine yourself. We've come all this way for you to do this. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I get that. You go to these places and you can sense the history. You can feel it when you're in these ancient places. And for American viewers, for context, that was built before the pyramids in Egypt. So that everyone knows that Egypt is ancient, and that's how all these.
Well, think about it, Connor. John thinks Robin Hood was killed there, so we can just say anything to him. Do you know what I mean? Well, there you have it. There are Connor and Scott's top 5s. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know we've done 2.5 hours, boys, already? This has been unbelievable. So I've loved it. It's flown by. I've loved it so much. Yeah, let's see what the lads are saying before we finish up. And thank you both for your time. I've loved it tonight. Absolutely loved
great
it.
Fun.
Brilliant top really 5, good. Both of you. Yeah. Either way, John, Arthur and Robin were made up. I thought they buried Robin Hood in Scandinavia. That's Oh, you missed a trick there, Scott. He goes, "This is Scandinavia." John would be going, "What?" Speaking of Robin Hood, did anyone see the new Hugh Jackman movie? But yeah, it's on streaming already over here. So I didn't know it come out.
I've watched half of it. It's not great.
Oh, is it not? Because then PGM got me onto it and said, "Oh, you want to watch this?"
I've watched a bit of it. Maybe I need to just I don't know. It's a bit dark and slow.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. I was looking forward to that.
I really was. Sent you a link for it in our chat. Right, I'll definitely watch that then. Thank you, Jason. ITJC, you're meant to be on holiday, mate. You shouldn't be here watching us. You're meant to be, do you know what I mean? Letting your hair down, if you will. Must be a right pain in the arse cutting the grass with all those stones in the way, just saying.
that's what the sheep are for.
Exactly.
The amount of weed whackers thing that's knackered on that thing. Oh, brilliant. Seriously, boys, all joking aside, I love places like this, and here I love them. I agree with you. I personally think these places are older than anyone even imagined. Like, I guess they were set up 10 to 20,000 years ago. It's surprising, though, because like I said, you showed those pictures, and straight away, it doesn't look like Stonehenge, but you kind of connect it with it. And yet I'd never heard of that one. It's funny, isn't it, how some places take off and some places are more quiet, if you will. Do you know it because of the TV show, or did you know about it beforehand?
Beforehand. Yeah, I didn't know the TV show. That was one that I kind of just discovered on my way to Stonehenge. Actually, we were driving to Stonehenge, following the sat nav or directions, and we drove through the village of Avebury. And it was like, oh my God, the stone. What's so we went to Stonehenge for the morning, then drove back there. And I've been to Stonehenge again, but of course you're there with hundreds of, if not thousands of tourists. You're pushed around, you're fenced off, you can't get amongst the stones. It's the experience is not anything like you can have at Avebury. You can find a quiet spot, lean against a stone and read a book.
And again, it won't be as touristy, will it, Scott? As Stonehenge is.
It is a World Heritage Site, and it does get busloads of tourists turn up. It can be busy, but never as much because it's such a wide, open space. You can always find somewhere quiet, and the landscape is just so interesting. There's so much archaeology.
I'd go. Wouldn't you go, Connor? I'd definitely go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd go down there.
I do tours.
Oh, there you are. Brilliant.
We're all booking in for 2028.
Yeah, with our backpacks and our packed lunches. Come on, Scott, we're ready to go.
I can't think of a better way to spend a day. I love it.
What a nice thing to say. I've got this on Wednesday. So I've been buying vintage masks and getting into masks and so forth, but I'd like to learn a lot more about it. So good old Reynolds, Mr. Berry, Monkey Boy and Super Awesome are going to help me. They're going to show me their collections and go through masks and so forth. So we're doing that on Wednesday, which is pretty straightforward. Now, this is, like I said, is the last top 5 we've done for people. Next week, I'm going to do a top collection of every one of yours. I'm going to pick a favourite out of every guest that's come on and do a top 5 of that. So basically, it's like top 30, if you will. So every one of these, I'm going to look back on all the guests that we've had on this year, and I'm going to pick the number 1 of the top 5 you've picked, and I'm going to do that next week.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But I've honestly, and I'm not just saying it for you lot to take time out and come and help me with top 5. I just thought, you know what, people have shown such cool stuff. And I've seen such cool stuff. I'm going to pick my favourite out of each guest, and I'm going to do that next Monday. So hopefully everyone will join us from there. Do you two have anything coming up you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm on that. I'm on Stu's music quiz on Saturday.
Oh, you doing it this Saturday? You on this Saturday?
Yeah, reluctantly, but I am doing it because I'm rubbish with music. But
it's one of those, isn't it, with the music?
I'll have a go.
It's like when we did it at the ZSR. You play a piece and you think everyone's going to know this, and everyone's like, "What's this?" Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I normally know it, but then you ask me what the year is, and I can't get it.
Oh yeah. Well, good luck to him. I'll be watching Stu's. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, let's just see what everyone's saying before I let you two go. John, it's the Earth shifted. Awesome stream, guys. Thank you, Connor and Scott and Shabby. Up the toffees. Well done. Up the toffees.
Take that back. Take that back.
Don't look at it. Tattoo, look at mine right there, up the toffees. Cheers all to everyone in the chat until we meet on for far off place and wonder where Scott has wandered off to. Yeah, where are you going next on your travel, Scott? Where's next?
Oh, we're off to Scotland in September again. So yeah.
I tell that joke of you on ZSR, don't you? That you got your address tattooed on your arm just in case you forget where you lived. You know. Awesome tonight. Great pick tonight. All right, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you all so much. Thanks for watching Top 5 this season. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Scott. And say good night, lads. See you later.
Good night, lads.
Good night, lads.